Helo na, ydy wir, mae penwthnos enfawr o rygbi byw fan hyn ar S4C yn dechrau fan hyn heno, Super Rygbi Cymru, sy'n cael y gic gynta. Ac am gêm ddarbu sydd gyda ni ar eich cyfer chi. 2 dîm o went yn mynd ben a'i gilydd, y 2 yn y 4 ucha, a maen nhw hefyd yn brwydro am y darian her.
Yn dangos pan bod nhw yn mynd fyny'r ail safle yn barod am ornest enfawr rhwng 2 o gewri Gwent. Ben Rhodes, capten Casnewydd sy'n croesi. Mae Casnewydd wedi dangos pa mor dda maen nhw'n gallu bod.
Ie, tipyn i chwarae drosto fe wrth i Ebbw a Casnewydd herio i gilydd. Ie, noswaith dda i chi ni yn y gornel yn cuddio rhag yr elfennau. Tipyn i chwarae drosto fe fel o'n i'n gweud, a tipyn o gwmni hefyd. Cyn Capten Cymru, Siwan Lili Crap, a gynt o lan ymddyfru Ricky Guest hefyd. Mae rai fi weid, ni'n dwy di gwisgo fel bod ni'n mynd i'r Antarctic. Ti'n edrych fel bod ti'n mynd i dorri cod, Ricky, ond ti sy'n galla, achos am unwaith, dwi ddim rhy o'r ynglyn Ebbw i wi.
Na, i fod dig, mae fel haf ma.
Fel arfer, mae hi yn sythu ma. Gêm ddarbu fawr, i ni gyd yn edrych mlaen at hon, boys. Tipyn bach o space, pa mae 2 gymydog yn mynd ben a'i gilydd?
Odi, 100%, mae'r 2 tîm yn nabod ei gilydd yn dda iawn, Cat, a mae hwnna'n rhoi bach mwy o tan i'r 2 ochr, a hefyd maen nhw'n cymeryd a lot mwy personol, os maen nhw'n bod mewn i gilydd yn y stryd, mae rhywbeth yn nhw siarad am, a mae un yn elledd a mae un sydd wedi colli.
A ni'n deall, falle, bod Casnewydd yr ymwelwyr wedi mynd mewn i'w stafell newid nhw, a mae yna bathodyn mawr o Ebbw, a maen nhw wedi mynd â tap di a rhoi hynny dros y bathodyn. Be neidio hynny?
Nonsens i fod onest. Sa'n credu wneud unrhyw gwaniaeth, ond mae rai pobl yn meddwl y pethau bach fel yna yn wneud gwaniaeth, ond dim i fi, os yn nhw'n barod erbyn nawr, nhw byth yn barod.
Wel, drwchwch, mae'r 2 dîm yn brwydro am y darian her. Beth yw hynny, meddych chi? Gwell i fi egluro. Fel pencampwyr y cwpan, llan ymddyfru ddechreuodd gyda'r darian yma, ac i rywun ddwyn y darian oddi wrthyn nhw, wel, oedd rhaid i rywun i curo nhw ar eu tir i hunain ar fanc yr eglwys. Dyna nath Ebbw nôl fis Hydre, ac maen nhw'n chwarae gatre henni, felly maen nhw yn amddiffyn y darian her. Pawb yn deall? Da iawn, falch o glywed hynny. Ond Siwan, wyt ti'n hoffi y syniad yna, bod nhw'n chwarae am rhywbeth ychwanegol?
Ie, fi'n credu mae'n rhoi elfen gwahanol i'r cystadleuaeth, ac ers i Ebbw ennill yn ôl, so nhw wedi colli fan hyn. So fi'n credu mae bach o meddiant i tîm hefyd, a mae'n elfen gwahanol, so fi'n licio fe.
Ac o ran y gystadleuaeth yma, ni nôl yn chwarae'r gyngred, achos maen nhw wedi bod chwarae yn y cwpan. Ydy hi'n ei gwahaniaeth mynd nôl amlaen rhwng 2 gystadleuaeth, rhoi ffocws gwahanol falle?
Tyma bach, ond mwy pwysig na hynny, mae lot o tîmau wedi defnyddio'r cwpan i chwarae chwaraewyr mwy ifanc o'r cyfle nhw, sy'n gret na bydd yw diben y gyngred ar cwpan. Ond mwy na thebyg, does dim lot o ffocws wedi newid, maen nhw'n wario i ennill y cwpan a'r gyngred, so sy'n byd lot yn newid.
Wel, o ran y gyfngred, cofiwch bod chwarae a gorffen yn y 6 ucha yn holl bwysig. Dyma i chi pam. Mae pawb yn chwarae gilydd gartre ac oddi cartre, felly 19 gêm i bawb yn y tymor arferol. A mae cyfle i bob un o'r 10 tîm na i ennill y tlws ar ddiwedd y gyngred. Sut? Wel, mae'r 4 tîm isa yn y tabl yn chwarae mewn gemau ail gyfle, 7fed yn chwarae 10fed, 8fed yn chwarae 9fed, gyda enillwyr y gemau yna yn mynd ymlaen i'r 8 ola. Bydd gemau go gynderfynol a chynderfynol arferol cyn y gêm fawr i benderfynu ar y pencampwyr. Mae rownderfynol ar y 19fed o Fai. Felly, beth am i ni edrych ar y tabl? Dyma siw mae pethau yn y gyngred ar hyn o bryd. Caerdydd ar flaen y gad, ond Ebbw a Casnewydd, y 2 dîm sy'n wynebu gilydd heno, maen nhw yn y 4 ucha. Ac yn edrych, Siwan, yn ddigon diogel o'i lle yn y 4 ucha yna, ond dal i fod, mae rhaid ennill gemau am resym eraill.
Ie, mae rhaid ennill gemau, oherwydd os sy'n gorffen yn y top uchaf, gyda chwarteri gatre, os sy'n aros yn y top 2, chi gyda semis rhwng cynderffynol gatre. So mae'n pwysig iawn ac herwydd mae pawb mae'n chwarae gatre, mae hwn yn rhoi mantais i'r tîmau sy'n gorffen top.
Wrth gwrs bod pawb eisiau bod gytre. Wel, beth am ni edrych ar y tîmau te, mewn bach o fanylder, gan ddechrau gyda'r tîm cadre, Ebbw. Ambell i chwaraewr i edrych mas amdano fe. Chwaraeodd Harry Rhys-Weldham i dîm Dan Ugain Cymru yn erbyn Ffrainc chydig wythnosau nôl. Mae ar yr asgell heno. Mae Evan Lloyd di sgorio 131 o bwyntiau'r tymor yma, ail ar restr prif sgorwyr Super Rygbi Cymru. Faint fydd y maswr yn ychwanegu at ei gyfanswm heno, sgwni. Ac mae profiad rhyngwladol yn y tîm hefyd gyda Sean Parry, 7 cap dros Ganeda i'r blaen asgellwr hyd yn hyn. Tipyn o dîm, a mae un yn cyrraedd carreg filltir arbennig 100 o gemau'r clwb Rygbi sy'n sgwrsio fe.
Lewis Young, 150 gêm heno, sio di tymlo?
Yeah, a bit nervous, ond excited, yeah.
Siwr mae'r profiad o war y gemau ni gyd yn mynd i helpu'r tîm heno?
Just profiad, fi'n meddwl. Bod mewn situations fel un chwarae gyda Ebbw. So fi'n meddwl fod 31 nawr, so fi'n meddwl fod old head, so nitty-gritty stuff, I say. Yeah.
Good stuff. Pob luck i ti. Jason Strange, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thanks.
It's one of those games tonight. It's a local derby. As a coach, how do you motivate the players, or do you need to motivate the players?
No, I don't think we need to motivate our team tonight. Both clubs are going really well. There's a mutual respect between the clubs going back a long time, a lot of history, and I'm sure it'll be a real good contest tonight in difficult conditions, but one which will be really competitive.
What would be your message throughout now, the build-up all week and in the changing rooms now?
I think just stick to the way we want to play, which is very clear. It's just about, in these conditions, just doing the basics really well and competing hard.
Good stuff. All the best.
Yeah, thanks. Good to see you.
Nôl y T-Cat.
Diolch yn fawr iawn i ti, Ricky. Der nôl i'r studio yn go gloi. Diddorol iawn clywed Ricky fyna yn siarad gyda Lewis Young. Mae tipyn o frwydr gyda fe. Yr wythwyr, Ben Roach, maen nhw'n mynd ben a'i gilydd. Ti yn edrych mlaen i weld y frwydr neu fel wythwr deunan?
Ie, mae dwy wythwr arbennig o dda i'r tîm, ac mae'r dwy tîm yn edrych ar y chwaraewyr yma, Ben Roach a Lewis Young, i fynd dros y llinell mantais, dod yn cwrfforol i'r tîm. So maen nhw'n dwy chwaraewr pwysig iawn, a brwydr arbennig o dda bydd gyda ni heddiw, a her arbennig i Lewis Young i cyrraedd 150 o capiau. Mae hwnna'n her arbennig.
Ie, chwarae teg iddo fe. Ricky, da iawn, ti ddys di nôl yn gloi chwarae teg i ti. Beth am i ni drafod y bachwyr? Mae rhaid i ni gyda ti yn ein cwmni ni.
Ie, mae Franci gyda Ebbw, mae e'n brofiadol dros ben. Henry Palmer gyda Cas Newydd. Mae fe'n mynd brwydr gwych i gwylio. Joe Franci, fo'n deg i fe, mae'n sgori lot o ceisau wrth ysgarmau symudol ar y foment, yn ei chi gweld fan hyn yn gwneud y gwaith caib ar aw. Mae pob bachwr yn gweud nhw sy'n gweithio'n gletach yn ysgarmau symudol, ond sy'n nhw'n gwneud lot, maen nhw jyst yn gyrru'r cefen. Ond fi'n siŵr bydde ddoi y moyn mynd at ei gilydd trwy'r nos i cael y gorau i gilydd.
Ydyn nhw'n dod mlaen yn iawn?
Fi'n credu bod nhw'n ffrindiau.
Reit, good, da iawn. Lico clywed ydi. Reit, beth am wedi edrych ar dîm Cas Newydd te, yr ymwelwyr, ac Joss Skinner, mae wedi dechrau bob gêm tymor yma, mae e'n partner i Joe Peard yn yr ail reng. Hyfforddwr olwyr y dreigiau, Matt O'Brien sy'n rheoli pethau'n safle'r maswr, mae e'n ddewin fel arfer ar nos iau ar y cae, felly mae cyfle i Jack Lloyd i greu argraff, y tu allan iddo fe yn y canol. Nawr, falle bod ni fwy cyfarwydd a'i weld e fel cefnwr neu maswr, ond mae Jack Lloyd yn dipyn o dalent. Chwaraewr ifanc iawn, beth yw e, 2 oed, di chwarae i dîm Dan Ugain Cymru. Wy'n edrych ymlaen yn fawr iawn i weld be mae e'n gallu neud mas ar y cae na.
Ie, mae'n edrych ymlaen hefyd, mae chwaraewr arbennig, a gyda Matt O'Brien tu fewn i fe. Falle gyda ni gweld sut mae'n gallu chwarae yn y canol, a mae gyda gyd o'r sgiliau. Sut mae'n pasio'r bêl, sut mae'n gallu roi'r bêl i'r troed a cicio'r bêl. Mae fe gyda popeth yn ei loca, so mae chwaraewr cyffroes iawn yn ei gweld evident, sut mae'n defnyddio traed i fynd dros y llinell mantais. Mae'n peryglis gyda popeth mae'n neud gyda'r bêl yn ei dwylag. Mae'n dod â chwaraewyr arall mewn i'r gêm hefyd. So, fi'n edrych ymlaen i gweld beth mae'n gallu neud tu fewn i Matt O'Brien heno.
A mae'n dod o pedigree rygbi da iawn, mae frawd yn chwarae yn rhyngwladol.
Mae frawd yn chwarae i'r Scarlets. Dwi'n ni chi gweld yn fan hyn, mae llawn hyder na dwi. Mae'n mynd ar pel i'r llinell, mae'n ware gyda hyder. A mae'n fodlon taflu'r pas gregus na'r bridiau, a mae'n dod off.
Un chwaraewr arall wy'n edrych mlaen i weld yn chwarae yw un sydd wedi chwarae i'r dreigiau, Ollie Andrews. Mae'n enw cyfarwydd iawn i nifer sy'n dilyn y gyngred. Beth mae brofiad e'n dod i gêm fel hyn heddi?
Fi'n credu gyda rhywun fel Ollie Andrews, ni chi gweld fan hyn, mae'n gwybod ble mae'r llinell llais, a bob tro mae'n cyffwrdd gyda'r pel, mae'n neud rhywbeth positif dros ben, a mae'n gallu creu rhywbeth o ddim byd. Mae hwnna'n peth pwysig yn y gyngred yma, a'r nos fel heno, bach yn lib, bach yn slip. Fi'n credu gallu fe fod y gwaniaeth rhwng y ddoi tîm.
Gewn ni weld, newn ni gadw y llyged arno fe. Ni wedi cael bach o gwmni fan hyn yn y studio. Tai Morris, prif hyfforddwr Casnewydd. Welcome along. Thank you very much for joining us. How important is tonight? Because you're very comfortable in that top four, but I guess you want to stay there, don't you?
Yeah, I think the shield really adds a little bit to it, if I'm honest. We've got an opportunity to take this shield today, and then we've only got 2 home games left, and both of them at Rodney Parade. So it's a little bit of a cup final for us, if I'm honest, today. We've tried to get that mentality across the road. It's a derby game, cup final, so yeah, very important.
Does that add a bit of edge to it? We've been saying about the derby game, it's all a bit spicy. Do you see it like that as a side?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, there's a couple of dates throughout the calendar year that you really look forward to, whether it's Cardiff and Ebbw Vale. Those two in particular, yeah, still heavily derby.
What do you make of Ebbw Vale? What are you expecting from them? We've been out on the pitch. Ricky's been out there as well. It's a bit slippery out there, isn't it, this evening? So does that affect their game plan at all?
I don't think it'll affect their game plan, if I'm honest.
No.
Yeah, you know, it probably suits them a little bit better. I think the challenge for us is to make sure that we have parity between our set piece, maul and scrum. And then, if I'm honest, it's around our territory battle today. The conditions are very poor underfoot, so I don't think you want to be spending too much time on the ball and running with it, if I'm honest.
Anybody else want to ask a question? Now's your time.
So, Tai, I'm assuming you know what's coming from Ebbw, seeing them play, very scrum orientated. How have you prepped for that? I can see you've got the likes of Garin on the bench, very, very experienced, knows what to do in these situations, played against them many times. So what would be your thought process and your message to those guys going into tonight?
I think it's because of the wet underfoot, it'll be about that first initial contact with a hit to make sure that we win that engagement. Post that then, it's who gathers stability the most. Hopefully the ref will keep them a little bit closer so we don't have too many clap scrums today.
I've got to ask you as well, we noticed in the changing room, have you taped over the Ebbw Vale badge crest?
That's just our war crest. Less said the better, I think.
Yeah, no, you don't.
I think one of the boys was practicing the darts before.
Okay, that's okay. We'll leave it there. That's fine. Yeah, exciting time, isn't it? Getting back to the league as well, and you are excited about this as well. Then this, you know, trying to get this off Ebbw Vale.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. You know, even towards the end of the season, if you're towards the bottom or you're out to the playoffs, you know, it gives you something to play for. And it does add a little bit of an edge to it, as I said. So yeah. It's definitely been a challenge for us this week.
Well, look, good luck. We'll speak to you later on, I'm sure. You can leave the mic just there, and we can let you concentrate on the game in hand. Kick-off not far away. Be newch chi o'i sylwadau fe, boys? Mae un amlwg yn timlo bod hwn yn gêm bwysig iawn iddyn nhw fel clwb.
Mae'n neis i gweld bod yn dod i lot o pwysau ar y cwpan, neu'r tarian fel ni'n gweud. A mae'n addo rhywbeth iddo fe, na dwi? A gobeithio mae'r chwaraewyr yn cymeryd hwnna mlaen, a wedyn troi mewn i gêm bydd pawb gatre mwynhau gwylio.
Ie, mae hwnna'n cyffroes iawn, oherwydd 2 gêm gatre sydd gyda nhw ar ôl heddi. So fi'n credu bod nhw wedi siarad yn rhan o fe lot pen wythnos yma, ond so fi'n credu mae'r amgylchiadau heno yn mynd i siwto a Casnewydd. Fel dweud oedd mae'n drwm o dan y troed, so falle chwarae mewn i Glynebwy, dwylo Glynebwy hynny.
Gwych iawn, wel mae'r gig gyntaf yn dod. Cyn hynny cyfle i fi ddweithio chi beth sy'n dod fori a beth sy'n dod ddydd Sadwrn o ran y rygbi. Tîm Danigen Cymru yn erbyn Iwerddon yn fyw o Gasnewydd am 5 munud ar hugen wedi 7 nos fori ac yna. Wel, gêm gyntaf, Matt Sherratt wrth y lliw fel prif hyfforddwr dros dro Cymru. Iwerddon sy'n ymweld. Ymunwch ar clwb rygbi am hanner awr wedi 11. Ond i ni'n canolbwyntio heno ar Ebbw yn erbyn Casnewydd. Felly, draw ni at ein tîmau sylwebu ni. Mae Griff McKee yn cael cwmni Ricky Guest yn Gymraeg and in English. We do have commentary with Sean Hawley and Siwan Lillycrap. Ond, beth am I fi weid, noswaith dda, Griff.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the Ciner Glass Community Stadium. And there's Lewis Young celebrating his 150th appearance for Ebbw Vale, closely followed by Morgan Richards making his 50th appearance at fullback. Big derby match, a Gwent derby here in Ebbw Vale and eagerly awaited. Good sprinkling of supporters here in the main stand. And a big one for Lewis Young. We did hear from him at the start, a little nervous. And we have a great contest in store. Bonus point win would take Ebbw Vale to the top of the league. And they've got good home form. 5 changes in 1 positional after a win against Pontypool last week in the pack. There's a new look front row, and Jack Pope switches from lock to blindside flanker. Ty Morris makes 10 changes to the team that dispatched Carmarthen Quins in the Cup last week. A new front row also, Fry, Palmer and Evans. Jack Lloyd moves from 10 to 12 to allow Dragons coach Matt O'Brien to come in. And the back row for Newport has played in every Super Rygbi Cymru match this season. Ben Roach is the captain. And Dyfarno, our referee, is Keith David tonight. He's the man in charge of what potentially could be a fiery affair. And it's Newport and Matt O'Brien, the Dragons coach, who sets us underway. Good take from Curtis Gregory. 58 appearances now.
Use it,
young lock. And should be a lot of box kicking. Difficult underfoot, well claimed by Ebbw Vale on the front foot. We expect a forward orientated match from them. And Newport will need the challenge at this area, and indeed Keith David gives his first penalty in the first minute. Holding on. That was winger Harry Rees-Weldon, fresh back from Wales under-20s duty. And Matt O'Brien, left-footed, end over end. You can just see the assistant referee's flag and the hair of Matt O'Brien. It's quite breezy here at the Ciner Glass Community Stadium.
Boys out the back.
And it looks as though it's Newport to have the advantage in the first half, win at their backs. Henry Palmer, 29 now, goes towards the back, well taken. Newport, early ascendancy up front. Crabs across field a little bit, but they have an advantage. Little chip from Buckland, finds a space. Oh, good cover coming in from Ryan Gardner, but they had the penalty advantage. And what will Newport do here? Joined by Shuan up from pitch side. Bit drier up here. Shuan, underfoot anyway.
Yeah, underfoot. The pitch, isn't it? It's very heavy down there this evening. Playing into probably Ebbw Vale's hands tonight, but it looks like Newport put themselves in a decent position to kick off the game.
Good start, and that wind, you know, we didn't know. I'm at the back of the stand here with you now, and the wind on the assistant referee's flag looks pretty strong.
Yeah, there is a deceiving wind down there. Didn't affect their line out, did it? Darts are pretty accurate there.
And the referee is quite whistle happy in this first couple of minutes. Crossing at the line out, technical infringement by Newport, and that's a chance gone begging.
Yeah, opportunity. Got a miss there to put themselves in that position. 2 minutes into the game, 5 metres out from the try line. Trying to play Ebbw Vale at their own game with the driving maul, but you can't block. If you're going for that driving maul, that lifter can't get in front of that jumper. So referee on it straight away.
Yeah.
He's straight around the back there, isn't he?
I think it's Harry Fry actually, the front lifter, number 1. Probably a little bit of the back lifter as well, but Ebbw Vale's first line now. How are the arrows? Pretty good from Joe Franchi, the captain tonight. Brother Dom, captain last week in the Cup, but the Franchis have the franchise here at Ebbw Vale. And this is a good drive. This Franchi has it at the back, and Griff Tuff into the wind. Gone infield, difficult one, but well taken by fullback Carwyn Penny. Crossfield kick. Here's a danger man, Iestyn Galton. Got pace, lovely support on the outside, and couldn't quite take it. And that'll be a little lesson for Ebbw Vale. Counter-attack early on from Newport, and they look dangerous.
They do look dangerous, and is the man that pulls the strings in the middle, isn't it? Matt O'Brien, great vision. Look at this, from the take, from the off, and then he spots the space in the wide channel. Pretty pinpoint accurate, and gets him over the gain line early, but this pass doesn't quite stick for Iestyn.
He looked a decent pass from Dai Richards as well. Very versatile centre. He's the only player to hold his shirt really from last week's win, wearing 13. Jack Lloyd has moved from 10 to 12, but Richards in at 13 also plays full-back. Ebbw Vale find themselves in the far 15 metre, that's a 10 metre line, and they get a penalty at the scrum. Well, Ricky Guest mentioned it at the start, Siwan, that Ebbw Vale pride themselves on this scrum, and there's a show of strength.
Yeah, the set piece, isn't it? Scrum line out is pretty good to this Ebbw Vale side, and because of that, how slip it is underfoot as well, they'll be looking to capitalise on that scrum this evening. But like you say, Sean, referee's been a bit whistle happy the first 4 minutes. How many penalties have we seen already? Was there a warning in that scrum? We went straight for a pen.
Well, no messing from Keith David, setting his stall out. And Ebbw Vale, Joe Franchi found his man in the first line-up. Nice little kick down there from Evan Lloyd, who has made over 70 appearances for Ebbw Vale now. It's at half. Franchi, yeah, good darts again. This time they peel out. Little flat ball to the 150 cap man, Lewis Young. Father Dai is in the crowd tonight, just down on our left. Newport really competing at the ruck, sorry. Little pick and go coming in from Adam Williams, first season back from Cardiff, and your Ebbw backs have a chance. Evans has a run, Ian Evans on the outside with a big fend to the forwards. And here's Curtis Gregory, he likes to carry the ball, the big second row. Griff Tough, Lloyd, ships it on, lovely little tip pass. And here's a chance now, Newport come alive on turnover. Chisel through for Iestyn Galton, who's got pace. And that's just gone into a little bit of darkness on that far side, that's to be said. But Newport do look threatening on the counter.
Yeah, from the turnover, isn't it? You see them, they want the desire to move the ball quickly. And they've got threats on their side tonight, on the wings, on the edges. But it is looking sticky out there, isn't it?
It's a good shunt downfield into the wind, but in the end, Galton's quite easy to take. Goes to the air. Now, tricky one that time, and the bounce is taken into touch. Did it touch an Ebbw Vale hand? Yes, it did. Communication from the assistant referee, and Newport get a bit of a freebie there, Siwan.
It is a freebie. I think we'll see a lot of the kicking game come into play tonight, just trying to stick them in the deeper parts of the pitch. You know, the tips and stuff aren't sticking at the moment. I think it's tough conditions out there, really. Even though it's not raining hard, I think it is wet, because it's wet underfoot. The ball's wet, the ball is slippery.
Yeah, we'll have it back, taking it to the edge to kick this time. And this is the danger area in terms of underfoot. And Carwyn Penny does well. That's a little too far, but a little bit of kick tennis. That's off the side of the boot, but it's still there. Now, what will Matt O'Brien do? Picks his head up, lovely little dink. Beautiful kick down the tram line, and Griff Tough has it all to do, the former Millfield schoolboy. And he does well, the scrum half, also plays 10, and just look at that assistant referee's flag. You can see in the hair of the players, Newport will definitely want to take advantage of this wind.
100%. There's a nice kick, wasn't it, by O'Brien, putting them deep down inside the 22 here. We see it. His vision, his awareness. 50-22 was maybe on. And look at the net gain they've had.
Off we go into midfield. Shipped on by Jack Lloyd, little tip, come back the other way. Buckland, Matt O'Brien starting to pull the strings a little bit. Here's Ollie Andrew, he's a real threat. Now then, Buckland thought about a little run. That's big Joe P at 23 now. Another advantage to Newport. So O'Brien goes for the little crossfield soccer style volley kick. And there's a chance there. Still on the 22. Newport, lots of passes. Jack Lloyd playing receiver to allow O'Brien in field. Here's Roach, the captain. Dalton wearing 11. Switched numbers. no advantage. Penalty with a big blow. Matt O'Brien has a little chat with him. I think they go for the corner here, Siwan.
Yeah, I think they'll go for the corner. What I'm loving, and despite the conditions, how heavy it is out there, Newport are still moving the ball on their edge to edge. How many touches of the ball, how many passes happens out the backs. They want and desire to go from one side of the pitch to the other. They haven't changed their style of play, just maybe a bit of a kick battle playing for that territory, and they're winning that at the moment. 5 metres out now. Wonder if they've learned their lessons from the last time they were in this position.
Now then, that's the 5 metre, little peel off the back. Threatening position, Buckland, flat ball, Peard. Looking to carry tonight, Buckland there really quickly. O'Brien, little short pass. Got the mud over on that far side, difficult for the players. Buckland with a little snipe, the scrum half looking lively tonight. O'Brien's in there as well. Now Roach, the captain, takes charge. If he scores tonight, it'll be 5 games on the bounce in his 46th consecutive start for Newport. But Ebbw Vale just holding out. The latch on, and they've got an advantage again. O'Brien thinks about a pick and go. Leaves it to the big man, Nathan Evans. Lots of space out here as Yestin Galton is on the near side touchline. But Newport try to go route one. O'Brien rocks into position. Buckland says to him, really, are you sure? They go to the other side. Oh, it's difficult handling over there. The advantage was there. Ebbw Vale held out, but my goodness, they made hard work of that one.
Yeah, they made hard work of it, didn't they? And all the phases before, how tight Newport were. They were all in about a 15 metre, 20 metre area.
Tap and go, big hit coming in there. But it is there for Buckland. Evans came round with Josh Skinner. Second row carries well. Buckland now ships it on. That's barely 2 metres out. Quick ball this time. Newport really threatening round the corner. Is that Skinner? Is he over? Couldn't get it down. Desperate defence. And it is held up. Brilliant defence on the line. I thought Josh Skinner would have got over with his momentum. But look at the green shirts there. What a tackle.
Yeah, what a hustle in defence, wasn't it? Intent. Really, really good stuff. We thought he was over, but to get under that ball and hold him up.
Guys, make sure we're behind him.
It was tough. That got under him. And look at the green Ebbw shirts flying in there. That was great hunger in defence, and what we thought was going to be a sure Newport try.
Tough from tough.
Yeah, tough from tough.
Scrum half. The ex-Glamorgan Wanderers, and he's showing good signs in an Ebbw shirt. Ben Roach and Ty Morris will just be a little concerned. They've had all the pressure and territory, nothing to show just yet. Turned down a couple of shots at goal. Jack Lloyd now pirouettes infield. Counter coming in, and Ebbw have it. Get away. Has he got the gas here? He certainly looks like it. He puts the kick in across field. Who's there? Oh, he couldn't hold it. Sean Parry, the Canadian international, and Matt O'Brien came away with it. Now then, it's still there for Ebbw. Back down deep into Newport territory. Is that a 50-22? If it is, it's a brilliant kick. And they want to go quick, but they're not allowed to. What a kick coming in there, 50-22. And what could have been a try on one side of the field has ended up in a line out at the far side of the field.
Yeah, it's great play by Ebbw Vale, isn't it? They haven't really had any ball or territory in this opening quarter of the game. We're opening 10 minutes. But look at this break. Down the touch line, has he got the gas? We don't expect him to do this, do we? Look at that boot to ball.
I think that's a difficult one to take for Sean Parry. I think had he put his boot to it and gone for a foot race then. But there we are. It's easy up here in the commentary box as Ebbw go back to type here into the 22. They've got a bit of purchase here, a bit of drive. It's broken away, but they've down that little channel there. Lewis Young with a pick-up. Now then, the first real concerted effort from Ebbw Vale. And here come the big men. You can see the props, Garrett and Williams are waiting. Around comes Parry, looking for it, he doesn't get it. Curtis Gregory's there, there he is. Little high as the tackles fly in. Tough. Goes a little bit wider. Little kick through. It wasn't quite communicated, and across comes David Buckland to dot down, but there was a penalty advantage, and well, both sides defending for their lives on their own line, Joanne.
Defending for their lives, and it's a lively game. Definitely, given the conditions in the first 30 minutes, was a good option by Lloyd, but not everyone was on the same script. It was a good kick, but no one was flat enough, no one was chasing it. They're taking the 3 points here.
Yeah, there's a difference, Matt O'Brien with the win, turning down possibly 6 points already, backed themselves to go for the corner, and first chance in the 22 for 3 points. Ebbw are taking it.
Yeah, in front of the sticks, almost a guaranteed 3 points, isn't it? But Newport wanting more with the win this first half, back in their set piece, which hasn't really paid off for them in the opening 12 minutes. Many entries to Ebbw's 22, but not come away with anything. And Ebbw, probably their first entry into Newport, and they come away with some points.
Yeah, and that takes Evan Lloyd's tally to 134 points. Just Billy McBride up in RGC ahead of him in Super Rygbi Cymru, and against the run of play, has to be said. 3-0 Ebbw Vale. Lewis Young takes it up to the 22. Big carry. Back to Lloyd, under pressure. Serious pressure from David Buckland. Great charge down. They've got it back, Ebbw. Luckily, has to be said. Now they'll have to build an exit again. This time Tough, I think, might look to take it himself. Trying to shape towards the 15-metre line to make it a slightly easier kick down the tram line. Fullback Carwyn Penny waits. There he is on the halfway line. Has Roach, his captain, inside. Picks his head up, tucks under his left arm. Gets up the 10-metre line. Buckland is there. Here comes Big Joe Peard. They've got to be careful they don't go off their feet, Newport. And indeed, they've done that. And the turnover's given. And if you don't keep your feet in these tricky conditions and win the race, then you suffer the consequences.
Yeah, I think it was Franchi, wasn't it? Over the ball in a good position. Like you say, there's tough conditions out there. It's slippery, isn't it? You can see players arriving in that contact area, falling over. He's in a good profile. The momentum's kind of shifted, hasn't it?
Yeah, Ebbw Vale sort of getting to grips with Newport a little bit at the contact area, and another set piece here. It's a long way out. Considered move into the lineup. They've shortened it this time. They've gone a 5+1. The +1 meaning the scrum half is a forward. It's Sean Parry. The maul, and will pull up there. He plays scrum half to Franchi, who now gives it out to Tough. Oh, a wide play from Lloyd. Beautiful from Ebbw Vale up to the 22. They've got pace. What a play that was. Enterprise. No up the jumper stuff there. And there's Parry. He's got there again, the Canadian international, but a little bit upright. Well marshalled by Jack Lloyd. It's still there for Ebbw Vale. Lewis Young has been very prominent in his first 17 minutes. Tough to Lloyd. Oh, a little slip out the back. Franchi thought about too many things, I think. It's gone awry, and Newport are lucky after a great first phase attack, and they get the penalty. Buckland's away, trying to speed it up. No support really. Up to the 10-metre. Newport have to get there with a bit of urgency. O'Brien flattens up, show and go. Just caught by the Ebbw Vale defence. And they have another advantage. Referee is a penalty machine, has to be said. Jack Lloyd across to Iestyn Galton. Big for the winger, Ben Roach. And it's really getting competitive now. Both sides trying to play. There's the loose head. Harry Fry over the halfway line. Buckland very lively. Jack Lloyd slips into 10 with O'Brien at 12. Now then, they found the edge again. And they just can't handle it in that far channel. But both sides trying to play some rugby here, Juan.
Yeah, both sides in tough conditions, moving the ball, playing some rugby. good skill set. Just wasn't expecting that pass. I thought it was an exceptionally well-timed pass. 2-on-1 on the edge there. Like you say, referee's been a penalty machine so far. Every minute or so we seem to be having a penalty for either side. But the intent from both sides to play, to move the ball is there in this opening quarter. Exciting rugby, some good offloads. See Brian with a little show and go. Just not getting away from that tackle area.
Yeah, a bit of old school stuff there from Don Franchi. Sorry, Joe Franchi. Apologies, Don.
Time on.
He was your brother. Quite cute play there. Oh, no, didn't move away quick enough.
Just kind of stood
referees
up.
had a word with the Ebbw Vale captain, but lots of penalties. You know, you don't want to hear the whistle all the time.
Yeah, I think as well the way in both sides are looking to play, we could have a good game on our hands with some momentum.
We're going to go down to Cat.
Well, mae Aaron Coundley, aelod o dîm hyfforddi Glynebwy gyda fi. Aaron, thank you very much for joining us. Your reflections on that first 20 minutes. It's a bit of an arm wrestle out there.
Yeah, definitely swaying back and forth, and I think the team which is managing to hold on to the ball is the one that's doing the least work at the moment.
It's good to see both sides having their opportunities, though, isn't it? It's a bit slippy out there.
Yeah, I mean, the pitch is holding up as best as it can. But yeah, at the moment it's complete arm wrestle, going back and forth. It's which one blinks first.
We've got Ricky Guest in commentary with us. He tells us that he taught you everything that you know. Is that true? You were in age grade together?
Yeah, we were in age grade together. I'll let Guesty fill you in with the truth on that.
It sounds like we've got a story, maybe for another time. Thank you very much. We'll catch up with you later. Diolch.
Thank you. Exactly the same. You've come in the wrong side. Come around the gate, you come in there.
Well, another loud blast from the referee, and penalty middle of the field, and Ebbw Vale just turning the screw a little bit. So they're into the wind this half. Pitch is getting ever worse. Evan Lloyd trying to get into the 22. That's an excellent kick from the outside half, and all of a sudden, you said it, Shuan, they've just got the grips with the game, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. They're in a great attacking position here and there. They go to their bread and butter, probably driving more. We've seen them peel a fair bit from further up the field, but 8 metres out here. They'll be clinical. Normally when they arrive in this position.
Well, throw to the front, there's no compete. So, it doesn't really matter. Ebbw have it. Now, Ebbw have spun that a little bit. Cavalry arrives in the form of Franchi and Harry Rees-Weldon, who didn't look too technical in his driving of them all, but they are going forward, Ebbw. They still have it. They're quite tight there. Can they manage to get over the line and dot it down? Harry Rees-Weldon's still there. Who has it? Well, we'll soon find out, but it's a try. They're over the line. The subs come in and celebrate with the Ebbw players. And, well, I'm trying to see which Ebbw Vale plays you, and perhaps you can help me, but it's the first try of the night that's gone to the Steelman.
Yeah, I think it was Bartlett. Did exceptionally well, yeah, Bartlett it was. But their patience in that driving maul. You can see Newport have kind of swung around, but Ebbw just stay patient. You see them all working off the same page towards the try line. No one's bailing out from that Ebbw side. Bartlett picks his timing well, doesn't he? Knows where the line is, comes off and plops over.
It's as much of an art as it is a skill to know where the line is, and you don't normally see a second row from those tight mauls. Normally a flanker or a hooker.
Yeah, I wonder how he ended up in that position.
Evan Lloyd brings it round into the wind. Lovely kick from the outside half. And we blink after 22 minutes, and Ebbw Vale have a 2-score lead, 10-0.
Yeah, the first 15 minutes, we wouldn't think this would be the score because it was all Newport, wasn't it? They seem to have the upper hand on the territory game, the kicking battle. But credit to Ebbw Vale, they've been clinical. Couple of entries into the 22, come away with 10 points.
And then the coach killer happens. How often do we see something like that? It was an easy catch for Lewis Young. Just took his eye off it.
Yes.
And Newport have a chance to get right back. And, you know, you feel with the wind and where these two teams are in the league. Ebbw Vale have a game in hand over Newport in third. Just one above them, Newport in fourth.
Yes, coach killer, like you said, Sean. Kick-offs. It's a set piece in its own right, really. You've got to be clinical there. You've just got points on the board, and then give Newport a great attacking opportunity.
Well, there's the strength of the Ebbw Vale scrum.
We're down the other side,
Newport
guys.
ball, but wow, they put some pressure on there. I thought they had it back. The referee goes for a reset.
It's tough underfoot, isn't it? See all the players trying to clean their studs. Not much grip underfoot tonight. There'll be lots of 21mm studs in those boots.
Yeah, a lot of sand on the field as well. Ground staff have desperately tried to get this one on. We've got a reset.
Crouch!
So David Buckland
Fine!
uses his shirt, ball up the shirt to clean it. And the referee not happy with that. Just wants the ball in. Ebbw applying the pressure and getting the turnover.
It's a relief of pressure for Ebbw Vale, isn't it, after that kick-off. The spilled ball. An opportunity again as it gone begging. An opportunity to strike from a scrum in that position, Sean, for Newport. Referee being clear with his comms.
So Newport start again, but a few yards back. Now there's a little funny in the front, and another free kick. Well, it's all falling apart a little bit for Ty Morris's men at the moment at the scrum at the line out. It's going Ebbw Vale's way.
Yeah, a little dummy.
Give him his kick, guys.
Had there been no dummy, then that probably would have been okay, but
yeah,
just a stutter from the hooker. And Evan Lloyd, oh, he taps and goes. He's going to go up. Good to see some space in the field. Well, not so sure what was going on there. And the free kick probably put him off a little bit. Couldn't go straight to touch.
Stay, don't go inside.
And now,
No, you're
Newport.
offside, don't play them. You're never back on side.
A little discipline there. Offside. He did communicate with the referee, and then Ebbw Vale just couldn't resist picking that up. So Matt O'Brien will put this as far down as he can. In the meantime, let's go up to Catherine Helleth.
Use the line, guys, right? Green on the line.
Aelod o dîm y fforddi Casnewydd, Gareth Wyatt gyda fi. Gareth, angen dod nôl mewn i'r gêm yn go gyflym. Beth yw'r negeseuon ar hyn o bryd?
Weddol bles dweud y gwir, jyst yn anffodus, ni ddim wedi ymdopi ar yr amser ni'n cymryd mewn 22 a Glynebwy. Nhw wedi mynd mewn i ardal ni yn 22 a ymdopi ar y sefyllfa yna. So mae'n bwysig pryd ni yn cael un ni mewn llefydd da, bod ni'n dod i ffwrdd gyda'r pwyntiau.
Ar dan gosod, pa mor bwysig bod hwnna'n gweithio roi'r platfform neu i chi?
Ni'n gwybod bod Glynebwy, nhw'n gryf iawn, mae angen tacluso'r adal yna'r gêm. Ond fel dwedais i, really, bwysig bod ni'n ennill y tiriogaeth a edrych ar ôl y bêl pryd ni'n mynd yn ardaloedd iawn.
Ac o ran gêm ddarbu, mae'n edrych fel bod y ddau dîm yn barod amdani, mae'n emosiynau yna.
Ydy, mae'r cae yn perffaith am darbu, felly gweithio fydd yn gêm dda i pawb nawr.
Gyd i sgwrs les mlaen, diolch ti Gareth.
Well, nothing going right for Newport. Buckland knocks that on from the line out, and Gareth White didn't seem that happy, Sean.
No, he's saying they've got to take opportunities when they're available, and they haven't really taken them in that territory game, really. He did say it's perfect conditions. The pitch is perfect out there for a local derby this evening.
The former wing fullback would know all about that. As do I, having played up here many years ago. Pitch is just as good. And Ebbw turning the screws. Lewis Young can't quite control that one, but it shoots out for Tough. Little dink forward from the scrum half. He's got the gas. His opposite number, Buckland, is there. Ref blows again. Back we go. Well, if it's for number of penalties given, his assessment tonight, then he's doing all right. But here's the power of Ebbw Vale. So powerful, in fact, that Lewis Young couldn't quite control it. They were going forward too fast.
Yeah, Tough does well, doesn't need to react to that ball popping out and spot down the blind there. Good vision. But credit to Ebbw Vale's scrum. That's really, really tough conditions to scrummage well tonight. But all of that pack is in sync. Good vision, like I said, from Tough.
So you won't be too happy with that one, Evan Lloyd. Only just inside the 22, but nevertheless, it's a good attacking position. We're coming up to the half-hour mark, and you know, a 10-0 lead into the wind. I think Jason Strange will be very happy.
Maybe this exact start they would have wanted, wouldn't they?
The message has been relayed slightly to the middle. Down it comes. Lewis Young has got a bit of space to run. Great carry from the number 8. It's on a plate now. Here comes Luke Garrett. 113 appearances. Round the corner go Ebbw Vale. Franchi is there, the captain. Big carry, good tackle in the end. Now, Tough has options. Goes flat to the big men. And Ebbw turning the screw. Young Griff Tough. Oh, he's looked lively. Lovely little snipe there. Now here come the big men. Franchi plays scrum half. I don't think he'll go much further than Jack Pope here. Who latches on. Little pick and go. Has he lost it? Yes, he has. Ben Roach looks to play it. Dangerous here, but we know what Newport are capable of. They have numbers. But boot goes to Paul. And it's a relieving kick. And that's one that's got away from the home team there, Siwan.
Yeah, it's a good kick as well, isn't it, by Lloyd? One that got away in these conditions, showing you can't be carrying with a ball that exposed, that near to the try line. You know, one hit and it pops out. It's an easy turnover, isn't it? They're 2-3 meters out. That's all they are. Ball in one hand, exposed. Just gotta tuck it in nice and tight there. Go low.
Put your foot on it a little bit, slow it down. You know, get some latches on after you've made the carry. Ball in two hands, as you say, it's very difficult. It's tricky conditions. Oh well, that made that one look really easy, did Jack Pope. And off they go again, Lloyd at the back. Little short pass to Yayan Evans, who can't quite keep hold of it. Hack upfield. Where's the gas? Well, there's a chase coming in from Carwyn Penny as back goes Harry Rees-Weldon, and he shows his Wales under-20 wheels. Got options outside, albeit not too much gas. And there is the space. It's a tired-looking Newport pair of backs, Ollie Andrew and Carwyn Penny. They do so well to get out of trouble there.
Tackle away, Wayne.
The muddy faces, legs and shirts of the players. Another penalty given by the referee, but it's play on. Now then, can Newport do something? Little step inside from Carwyn Penny. He's looked lively. He's the cleanest player on the field, so he wants to get involved. And the ref says there's no advantage. He's going to have a word.
Captain.
Looks like a nasty injury there, is there? Can't see who it is, one of the Ebbw Vale players.
There's no tempo. Yeah, I was looking at that. Is he going there? Has he seen it?
Well, we're going to listen to the referee, Siwan, but potentially a yellow card and potentially for the player on the floor.
Yeah.
So you've got the penalty here in a more advantageous place. Okay. Yeah.
That's why the referee has stopped, I think, isn't it? He looked like he was going to go to his pocket.
I think it's the skipper again, Joe Franchi. Well, while we're waiting, of course, we've got an international weekend. tomorrow night. Under 20s play Ireland under 20s in Rodney Parade, and then of course Sadun Saturday afternoon, the big one. Both on S4C. Wales v Ireland under 20s tomorrow night, and Wales v Ireland on Saturday. And it is indeed, as we thought, Joe Franchi. Well, he tried to hide on the floor with his injury, but he'd had the warning.
Yeah, he had the warning. Had the warning and didn't get away with that one. He looks confused coming off the field here now. But that'll be a loss actually for this Ebbw Vale side. Lose their skipper, lose their hooker.
Well, they've stolen the lineup, but Newport do have it back. Henry Palmer managed to grab it back. And there's Nathan Evans. No change out of the Ebbw Vale defence. Buckland. Matt O'Brien can't pull the strings, but Jack Lloyd might. Lovely jinking run, much like his brother, isn't he, Johan? And Joe Peard has tried in this first half to get some go forward. O'Brien, the little no-look past Calvin Prenny, is slammed by Ian Evans, who's been prominent. Buckland loses it backward. Oh, interception! Oh, he was away, Sean Parry. If he'd grabbed that, the Canadian open side, he was away. But it's just a knock on, and he read that well, when he was down the trams for a try.
Yeah, I thought he was off then. Exceptional read. Gets going, but just kind of fumbles then on the move. I thought he was going to be in.
As far as I'm seeing, I'm happy that we are steady. The ball's in quickly and they're coming after when the ball.
Great line speed, isn't it, by Parry?
When he stood up there,
just that vision, the ball's out. You know it's a little bit messy. Gets in that passing lane. Unfortunate, I thought he was away. Just the little juggle.
Don't stand up.
Just the knockback from Buckland brought him on, didn't it? So he was on the side, and he caught that. Well, 7 caps for Canada. Signed from Pontypridd, first season Ebbw Vale, and looks pacey.
Yeah, he's an athlete, isn't he? Looks dynamic. He's been everywhere tonight, actually, so far. Amongst all of Ebbw Vale's good plays, all of Ebbw Vale's positive actions. But you're right, like that check around that breakdown in these conditions tonight, putting pressure on that breakdown, that 9. It's slippery out there, makes it hard, gives you that extra second in defence then.
Well, Ian Morris has had to come on because of the yellow card to Joe Franchi for the scrum. Couldn't quite see who went off. In any case, they have a full complement of front rowers. Second season with the Steelmen, signed from Ponty. Ian Morris.
Bind! Step!
First scrum without Joe Franchi, and it's a little bit more stable. And I'll tell you something, as Siwan Lillycrap said, O'Brien trying to go up the front line to bring Richards in. Buckland, he's been really pacey, Buckland, to be fair. Skinner, no real go forward, but around the corner they go, back the other way now. Kyle Taylor's in place. Support from Joe Peard. Good ball presentation. Buckland, well, was that right, the option? Clearly not, as Ebbw Vale done well to get it back. Palmer, now that the kick, maybe the mesh has gone down to find some territory. Ben Rhodes spins in field, does really well, and number 8 and captain leaves it as he was trying to be dragged into touch, did really well. But for all that industry, but not really going anywhere. Skinner looked forward, but the ref was right there. Lloyd probably looks the most likely to break through. Ebbw Vale's defence is just imperious at the moment, aided by the conditions. Buckland looks one way, then the other. Joe Peard again. And Ebbw Vale are quicker into position as Carmen Perry waits. O'Brien can't work any wizardry tonight. They're going backwards, Newport. That's a halfway line. And here's the counter ruck again. Trying to work an edge, but it's just green shirts, muddy green shirts, but they're right across the field, and they get the penalty. And Siwan Lillycrap, that was coming.
That was coming. It was exceptional defence by Ebbw Vale, wasn't it? Oh, a little bit of afters now as well. You can sense probably the frustration in this Newport side.
Good old-fashioned melee.
Yeah.
Away.
Everyone's in there.
There won't be a punch thrown.
Take your teams away.
There won't be a punch thrown, not anymore.
Just a bit of hugging, pushing,
Yeah.
shoving.
Yeah, bit of testosterone
Guys, who's
flying
captain
around.
was Hooker's
Yeah.
up.
But yeah, that was coming, wasn't it? Credit to Ebbw Vale's defence.
Listen,
You
for
called
me,
it, Sean.
In
They
the
weren't
first
going
instance,
anywhere, and
I
then they were
appreciate
going
I was speaking
backwards.
to captain. Yeah, I've asked you to control your own players. If we have another one of those, then the players involved leave the field. Do you understand? Yeah?
Happy.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Yeah, I coach enough defence. You want to know when you're in ascendancy like that. And there's some nights, it's an old cliche, you're better off without the ball, and you could see Ebbw Vale were revelling in it. And they're flying in there, and Newport took a bit of exception. As you said, a little bit of frustration there. There's nothing to it really, just frustration. Carmen Penny.
Yeah.
Apologies for the language, just picked up something on the ref mic there, but you know, everybody's a little hot under the collar. But the fact of the matter is, it's 10-0 to Ebbw Vale.
Yeah, and it was a good turnover then by Evans, wasn't it? Just a spot. Newport trying to get the ball to an edge, but really, Sean, when you're going backwards like that, is that the right option? You need to probably put boot to ball at that point, and
Just shoveling it on.
Yeah.
You're just compounding the problem to somebody else.
and results in a turnover, and now you're in your 22. So, yeah, great defence to be fair.
A score here, Sean, you know, any form of points here is just going to make it a real tall order in the second half. More things up and coming. We've got Ebbw Vale against Bridgend on the 27th of March. Bit of a gap, but Six Nations time. Pontypool against Swansea. That's into April, as is my old club, Aberavon against Pontypool. And then again, Bridgend against Llandovery. So lots to come. And there's an old favourite of Ebbw Vale, Kingsley Jones. Used to the cold weather, on his way back from Canada. Good to see Kings. As Ebbw Vale go again. A man down, captain, Joe Franchi, but that's a truck and trailer. And that's poor.
Yeah, decision making there. I don't understand what that decision was. It was clear that it was broken off the maul, and he just engages, goes and hits into the Newport player. I didn't quite see who it was, but yeah, just poor decision making.
Yeah. For those at home who don't know that, then well, you have to be engaged to a member of the opposite side. Watch how they break away now. So the two Ebbw Vale players, there's no maul now until that happens, and then obviously there's obstruction because they're playing in front of the ball carrier. It's the most blatant penalty you ever see.
Yeah, he needs to peel off there, doesn't he, Morris? Or the person in front of him doesn't need to engage that Newport player. Opportunity gone begging.
Buckland has been Newport's best player for me in this first half. Worked tirelessly, but no reward. He did well there again. Evan Lloyd has been in control at 10. Carwyn Penny, a few moments ago, was involved in a scuffle on the far side, and nothing's going right for Newport tonight.
No, it's not, is it? It's not clicking. I thought the first 10 minutes they seemed in control. They spent a lot of time down in Ebbw Vale's 22, but since then it's been all Ebbw Vale, and it's not quite clicking. Just took his eyes off the ball, didn't he, Lloyd?
Do you know, I feel that's gone back a little
yeah.
bit, but they're always giving us knock-ons now.
Yeah.
And I just feel, if you look at the 22-metre line, that's probably gone backwards. But referees, much like rugby league, and you can see his hands, look how it's just literally a bar of muddy soap, isn't it?
Not much grip out there tonight for the players.
Quick thoughts on the weekend, Siwan? Jockey Matt Sherritt is in, and a few changes to the side today. Probably expected?
Yeah, definitely expected. It was a tough first 2 rounds, wasn't it, Sean? And I'm just hoping for from what I'm hearing from the camp, it's a lot more positive this week. He just wants the players to go out and be brave and try stuff, and hopefully they're not feeling that pressure. I don't think no one's expecting them to win this weekend. We just want a bit more of an exciting performance and see a bit more from the attack, I think. So yeah, some exciting changes with Llewellyn and Anscombe in there, and Dav Jenkins back in the second row as well, some experience in that. Well, he's young, isn't he, Dav Jenkins? But he's been playing well when he is on the field.
Yeah, good luck to our Welsh players on the weekend, as Sean says.
Fine.
Ireland probably the best team in the championship so far. Pretty ominous as the referee this time gives a free kick to Newport at the scrum. So a little bit of something to shout about. And O'Brien taps and pumps that downfield with the wind deep into the 22. Great kick from the outside half. Four Newport players chase. All Ebbw can do is pump it back down. Now O'Brien picks his head up, comes down the short side. Little offload to Palmer. Was it forward? The Ebbw Vale faithful screaming from the stand here in front of me. Out the back, O'Brien standing it heavily involved, as is Jack Lloyd, Carwyn Penny. Now then, Richards, can they get out to Ollie Andrew, the danger man? He hasn't had much chance, and the official on the far side says knock on. Into the last minute of the first half, and the ref indeed has his own watch and says that's that. And it's really been Ebbw Vale in control after the first 5 minutes. So much pressure in that first 5-10 minutes from Newport. They couldn't take any points as frustration still boils over in the tunnel as they go off. And you can see how keenly contested it is. Another bit of argy-bargy Roach. Well, they're pushing each other all the way down the tunnel. They need to go in, dust themselves down, have an orange, and listen to the coaches, because quite frankly, Ebbw Vale don't need to be ill-disciplined. They're on top. Newport too need to get back into the game. At half-time, after all that, it's the home side, Ebbw Vale, that lead Newport by 10 points to 0. Well, hot under the collar in both changing rooms. Newport will be really disappointed. Had a breeze behind their back, a strong one. Early chances they didn't take. And I'm sure Ty Morris will be reading the riot act in that Ebbw Vale changing room. As for Ebbw Vale and Jason Strange, well, it'll be about controlling the wind at their backs. So a dry night at the Ciner Glass Community Stadium, but underneath the
Ie, Glynebwy ar y blaen ar yr hanner. Cyfle I fi eich atgoffa chi bod na ddigon o bêl-drod I ddod fan hyn ar S4C dros y dyddiau nesaf. Uchaf bwyntiau o Ferched Cymru yn erbyn yr Eidal. Nos fori am 10 munud I 10 ac yna criw sgorion I hole ddydd Sadwrn am 12 o'r gloch. Aberystwyth yn erbyn y Dre Newydd, Abertawe yn erbyn Wrecsam, wedyn ddydd Sul yng Nghyngre'r Genero. Ac yna, ddydd Mawrth, unwaith eto, mae Cymru, Merched Cymru yn herio Sweden yng Nghyngre'r y Cenhedloedd. Ond mae yna ddigon o rygbi hefyd I ddod. Tîm Danigen Cymru'n herio Iwerddon nos fori ar faes Rodney Parade am 5 munud ar hugain wedi 7. Ac yna, ddydd Sadwrn, ni yn Stadiwm Principality Sgwn ni ydi Matt Sherratt yn mynd I gael buddugoliaeth wrth iddo fe fod wrth y llew am y tro cyntaf gyda Chymru yn erbyn Iwerddon yn y 6 gwlad. Ond I ni'n canolbwyntio ar Glynebwy yn erbyn Casnewydd. Un cais I ni wedi cael yn y 20 munud cyntaf yna, a Dylan Bartlett yn sgorio i'r tîm cartref. Y gŵr o'r ail reng yn gwneud y gwaith caled ac yn tirio a dipyn o ddathlu ymysg y cefnogwyr a'i chwaraewyr hefyd. Beth yw'ch argraffiadau chi o'r 20 munud cyntaf yna? Mae'n anodd mas yna Siwan, oedd Ricky'n gweud yn ei sylwebeth Mae yna fod ym mhobman, maen nhw wedi trio rhoi chydig o dywod, ond mae'r amodau'n anodd.
Mae'r amodau'n anodd. Mae'n slippery iawn mas yna. Ni'n gallu gweld y pêl, sut mae'n dod allan o'r dwylo. Mae'n anodd I dal y bêl ac yn ardal y tackle wedyn. Mae bach yn mes ac ni wedi gweld llawer o diffyg disgybliaeth hefyd yn y hanner cyntaf a'r dyfarnwn o roi lot o penalties I ffwrdd, ond fi'n credu mae Glynebwy wedi cael yr upper hand yn y hanner cyntaf.
Ie, nhw sy'n chwarae ore o ran yr amodau'n rheoli'r gêm falle ore, a Casnewydd falle chydig yn rhwystredig bod nhw'n methu chwarae'r gêm maen nhw eisiau chwarae. Ie,
mae'r amodau ddim yn stawt o Casnewydd. Mae Glynebwy dwi'n dda yn ysgarmes ymidol, mae scrum wedi bod yn dda, a gyda'r amodau fel mae fe, na beth yn uchlyff games fel heno.
Beth am i ni edrych unwaith eto ar y cais na te? Yr unig gais sy'n ni wedi cael yn y 20 munud cyntaf, Dylan Bartlett. Ac oedd na dipyn o bwyso gan y ddau dîm, ond Glyn Ebbw yn llwyddo i dirio yn y lle cyntaf.
Ie, Glyn Ebbw, pan maen nhw wedi dod mewn i'r 22, maen nhw'n edrych yn peryglis, maen nhw'n mynd nôl i beth maen nhw'n confident ynddo, ac ysgarn y symudol fan hyn, maen nhw'n neud yn dda, yn Bartlett yn cymryd eu cais yn dda, maen nhw'n patient yn ddi, ac maen nhw'n dod i ffwrdd gyda pwyntiau, maen nhw'n mynd yn dig i ddim mlaen pan yn y 10 munud cyntaf oedd y gyd yn cas newydd, ond nhw'n wedi stryglo i newid eu pwyntiau.
O'n i'n gwybod yn bydde ni, y bydde boes mawr y blaenwyr i Glyn Ebbw yn gwneud i gwaith nhw, ac union hynny'n digwydd heno.
Ni'n chi gweld na'n barod, ond y peth fi'n credu sy'n rwystredig i hyfforddwyr Glyn Ebbw yw bod nhw'n ware gormod, mae eisiau nhw dod i'r pêl bant o'r cael lot na fwy, pob tro mae'r pêl yn mynd yn rydd, na gyd i ni chi clywed, a mae Jason Strain yn sefyll wrth yn ochr i, yw cic o'r bêl pant o'r ca, ac mae llinell Glyn Ebbw yn mynd yn dda, mae llinell Casnewydd yn diffyg ennill y bêl ar y foment, so mae eisiau nhw cic o'r bêl fwy walle.
Mae'n ddiffym y Glyn Ebbw dda, fel ni'n gweld ar y diwedd, oedd Glyn Ebbw yn rhoi pwysau ar y Casnewydd, oedd nhw dal yn trio mynd i'r bêl, a wedyn maen nhw'n cael troi drosodd.
Wel, ti'n sôn am ddiffyn Glyn Ebbw, mae hwn yn enghraifft perffaith a dweud y gwir. Joe Peard i Casnewydd yn ceisio cael y bêl dros y llinell gais, ond yr amddiffyn arwrol yna gan Glyn Ebbw. A ddyle fe fod yn neud yn well, sgwn i Ricky?
Mae'n dyn mawr. Fi'n credu daw Skinner oedd e, Josh Skinner fi'n credu. Mae Josh wedi bod o'n ysblynyddau. Dyle fe wedi cyffwrdd y llawr lot mwy cynnar na beth oedd wedi trial. Ond yn ffodus, boes Glyn Ebbw yn chwarae gilydd a dod i taclo gwych mewn i safio'r cais.
Oedd Tuff wedi gwneud yn dda oedd e i fynd o dan Skinner i dal fel lan. Ond fel ti'n dweud, dyle Skinner fynd am y llinell yna.
Un peth positif o ran Casnewydd, Matt O'Brien, o ran i gicio fe, mae wedi bod yn ddewin mas na, beth yw e, 32, mae e'n rhan o dim y ffordd i'r 30, a mae e'n dangos be mae e'n gallu neud mas na, yw e, gyda'r ddwy drod war y teg ddo fe.
O i fod yn dig, Matt O'Brien bod gwych ysblynyddau. Mae'r hyder y fe i wneud beth mae moyn, i fod yn onest, achos mae'n gwybod mae'n gallu neud e. Os bydde wedi cael bounce o'r pêl ar un neu ddoi nhw, bydde'r outcome wedi fod lot yn well. Ond mae'n un, y sgil ni'n cael gweld mae'n un, mae'n neud hwnna bob dydd yn ware gyda'r boes yn ymarfer gyda'r dreigiau. Ti'n cael gweld na, mae'n gyffwrddus wneud e dan pwysau.
Pa mae gen ti chwaraewr fel na sy'n mor brofiadol yn gallu cael sparc fel na? Pa mor werthfawr mae'n gallu bod i dîm?
Mae'n werthfawr iawn, a sparc yna gallu newid y gêm. Mae Ebbw Vale yn 10 pwynt i fyny, ond mae Matt O'Brien yn gallu creu rhywbeth o ddim, ac mae Ricky yn iawn. Un o dwy gwaith, falle 50-22, just fod arno, ond mae ddim wedi mynd drostof. Ond mae moment arall, mae'n mynd i newid y gêm, so mae fe'n werthfawr iawn i Casnewydd, ac good egg to have in your team, ni.
Good egg, lico hwnna lot fawr. Wel, wrth gwrs, ni'n canolbwyntio ar y gyngred heno, ond dros yr wythnosau diwetha, ni wedi bod yn canolbwyntio ar y cwpan, ac mae rhaid i ni ddangos i chi'r cais arbennig yma, llan ymddyfru yn erbyn rygbi Gogledd Cymru, penwythnos diwetha. Tommy Lewis yn gweld y cyfle, yn pasio i Adam Warren, y bêl wedyn i tu fewn i George MacDonald, Cian Abraham yn pasio nôl i Taylor Davis, a dad lwytho gwych fyna i Llien Morgan. Tipyn o gais. Fi'n siŵr bod fi wedi gweld ti neu rhywbeth tebyg i hwnna, Ricky, yn y nydd?
Do, i fod yn dig, oedd Taylor wedi disgwyl wrtho fi. Ond na, mae'n gwych gweld llan ymddyfru nôl at ei gore, chwarae fel maen nhw'n chwarae. A unwaith eto, maen nhw'n cael y cymorth wrth y fforddwyr yn llan ymddyfru i chwarae fel yna. Mae risg yn uchel, ond os mae'n dod bant, maen nhw'n sgori ceisau.
Wel, beth am ni edrych ar y grwpiau, dweud y gwir, llan ymddyfru, fel ti'n gweud, mae'n braf gweld nhw'n neud gystal, maen nhw ar frig y grŵp yna, maen nhw'n edrych yn dda yn dyn nhw ar ran y cwpan ar un o bryd. O,
dyn ni fod yn dig, a gaethon nhw start i'r gangrail ddim rhy dda, ond erbyn nawr, fi'n credu mae pawb wedi dod at ei gilydd, a maen nhw'n chwarae at ei gorau unwaith eto.
Ac o ran Casnewydd a grŵp B, maen nhw'n mynd i fod yn herio Glyn Ebbw eto fan hyn mewn pethefnos, fi'n credu.
Ie, mae grŵp B yn anodd iawn, Casnewydd, Pontypool, Glyn Ebbw. Mae'r tri ar y brink fan'na, dim ond 2 pwynt sy'n rhyngfi nhw, so gallai fynd yn unrhyw ffordd, ac bydd yn ddiddorol i gweld sut mae Henon fynd, i gweld sut bydd y gêm hynna yn fynd yn y cwbl o throsau.
Yn bendant. Wel, dyna i chi'r cwpan, ni'n canolbwyntio ar y gyngred Super Rygbi Cymru, a dyma sy ar y ffordd o ran y gystadleuaeth honno dros y misoedd nesaf.
Mae pentwr o gyrff, cais i Glyn Ebbw. Wilkins, cwrs o cic i hun. O! Am gais! So cic yn hyfryd, tuag at yr asgell. A Matthew Powell yn croesi Pontypool. Ond yw'n tirio, ond i mafe. Lawen yr awyr. Frankie Jones, Aberafan yn croesi yn y gornel. Morgan Lloyd yn dadlwytho i Iwan Duggan. Duggan gyda'r cyflymder. Hwn yn edrych yn sylweddol iawn bod nhw'n mynd i fynd dros y llinell cais. Yr ongl yna yn anhygoel, yn berffaith.
O, mae'n tynnu dŵr i'r danedd yn diwe, a na weithio chi be arall sy'n tynnu dŵr i'r danedd penwthnos enfawr o rygbi o ran y 6 gwlad Cymru yn erbyn Iwerddon. Mae'r cyfan yn fyw fan hyn ar S4C. Asgwn ni ydy ni Siwan gyda hyfforddwr dros dro newydd wrth y lliw, Matt Sherratt. Ydyn ni'n mynd i weld perfformiad gwahanol. Mae yna 8 newid i'r tîm. Rhywun fel Gareth Anscombe no mewn, Max Llywelyn hefyd.
Ie, fi'n edrych ymlaen i'r penwthnos, fi'n edrych ymlaen i disad yn gwybod. Dim ond nos mae Matt wedi cael yn y gyrfan, ond beth fi'n clywed mae'r gyrfan yn positif nawr ac ti'n gwybod, boys arall yn dod mewn, Anscombe, Daf Jenkins yn ôl o Anaf hefyd. Mae tîm cyffroes, mae neb yn disgwyl i Cymru ennill ar y penwthnos, ond ni'n jyst edrych am perfformiad gwahanol a falle bwach mwy o hyder i'r boys ac fi'n credu fi'n edrych ymlaen i gweld sy'n maen nhw'n mynd.
Ie, neges gan Matt Sherratt ewch mas na, mwynhewch eich hunain. Asgwn ia fydd Ellis Mee yn mwynhau ei hunain. Un o foes, Llanham Ddyfri, di chwarae 10 gêm broffesiynol i'r Scarlets, a mae'n cael ei gyfle yn ôl bob sôn, di bod yn wych yn ymarfer wythnos yma.
Ie, trwy ni wedi gweld yn y gyngradd yn wych i Llanham Ddyfri, ni'n gweld am hyn, creu pethau mas o ddim byd. Ond unwaith eto, mae'n dyn mowr, mae'r sgiliau efo i gyd, a mae'r cyflymder gyda fe. Ond fi jyst yn gobeithio, mae'n mynd mas na llawn hyder, gyda dim byd i golli, a gobeithio, mae'n dyn mowr, cymeryd i cyfleoedd, a fel wedodd Siwan, does dim byd i golli, a mae pawb fi'n credu yn edrych ymlaen i gweld beth sy'n dod o dan Matt Sherratt.
A dyna Ellis Mee, mae'n siŵr bod e'n nerfus ond yn edrych mlaen, ond cyn hynny, fel o'n i'n gweud nos fori, y tîm dan 20 yn mynd i fod wrthi. Geithon nhw fuddugoliaeth wych yn erbyn yr Eidal yn do, maen nhw wedi dangos i doniau chydig yn fwyd i llwyddo i gael y fuddugoliaeth holl bwysig na.
Ie, llwyddo i cael fuddugoliaeth, oedd yn bwysig iawn, oedd e'n gêm o fi'n meddwl oedd falle mynd i mynd i ffwrdd oedden nhw, ond nhw wedi cael y canlyniad a tro cantaf am spel nawr i nhw ennill i ffwrdd o gatre, so falle hyder sydd gyda'r tîm dan 12 nawr, ond mae tîm Iwerddon yn gwahanol iawn i tîm yr Eidal ac bydd e'n gêm anodd nos o fod i'r boes dan 12.
Gweld 12 o'r boes yn y garfan fori wedi chwarae'n Super Rygbi Cymru, nôl at heno, 10 pwynt o waniaeth Ricky, Glynebwy ar y blaen, pwy sy'n mynd i fyna hi?
Glynebwy fi, os maen nhw'n cael y neges, oedd just a strange o cadw fynd, ond eisiau nhw cico'r pil, bant o'r cael mwy y llenelli, cael mwy o sgrymiau, a eich nhw'n rwydd yn credu.
Reit chi'ch doi, nôl i'r blwch sylwebu na, mae eisiau'r gotna nôl mlaen. Nôl a ni at un tîm ni te. English language commentary available with Sean Hawley and Siwan yn Gymraeg. Mae Ricky'n cadw cwmni i Griff.
So, lots to ponder at half-time. There's about 3 minutes left of the yellow card. And the captain will be back for Ebbw Vale, Joe Franchi. Now then, will Ty Morris's team talk have worked? They've got a lot to do, Ebbw. Clearly the better side in the first half. A few hot heads as well, a few scuffles. And normal service has resumed with Ebbw applying pressure from the restart. The Buckland kick is up, contestable. It falls into Newport hands, but they've knocked it on it again. Kyle Taylor, play on, says the referee. Buckland with fresh tape around his ears. O'Brien, that's too far. That'll be easy to gather. A kick against the grain. O'Brien has to go down the corner. He's going to have to scurry. Beautiful kick down there from Evan Lloyd. In fact, it was Morgan Richards, the fullback. Now, here's Tough. He had a good first half. As did this guy, Sean Parry, Canadian international. Up towards the 22. Lloyd pulling the strings.
And roll. Good.
Tough. Oh, low pass, but well regathered.
No hands release, your feet.
Lloyd again takes it to the line. Good tackle this time in the wider channels by Di Richards now. Oh, that's gone back as well from Curtis Gregory. It's so difficult out there, but lovely handling this time. Now then, here come Ebbw Vale up to the 22. Tough. Oh, he couldn't handle it, Lloyd. Just knocked it on. A promising attack from the Steelmen ends in what will be a Newport scrum. Probably not. Well, Joe Franchi has just scurried down the touchline. Obviously, he wants to get on for this scrimmage. But I don't think there's enough time. We will see Ian Morris take part in this one. It's Evan Lloyd, one penalty and a cracking conversion to Bartlett's maul try.
Drop! Fine!
Of course, it'll be a double whammy for Ebbw Vale because with Joe Franchi on will come Lewis Young. Two big players for the home team. But that's a solid scrum from Newport.
Go backwards,
Jack Lloyd.
Go backwards. Now you're right, thank you.
Taken by Morgan Richards.
Yeah, keep coming.
Making his 50th appearance. That's a little long. Is it going to go in goal? Is it going to go dead? It's gone dead. So that'll be a scrum back. Might show that there is still a bit of a breeze down there, Sean.
Yeah, absolutely. Evan was deep into his half, well, into his half, wasn't he? And that ball just kept going. There is a bit of a wind down there. We see when the linesmen, the assistant referees put their hands up, their flags up. Yeah, that's a big kick. And they've weathered the storm really well, though, haven't they? Ebbw Vale, considering they were down to 14 players, 2 key players, like you said, shown off the field, but didn't concede anything.
Yeah, it says something when you choose to take Lewis Young off with the yellow card, but that's how confident they were in both Jack Pope and Sean Parry. And as you say, Sean, back to a full complement. Now, let's see the difference in this scrum. A refreshed Joe Franchi, but Newport have made some tweaks in there. That's a good, solid scrum. And Roach to Buckland, the old 8-9, and then chisel down the trams. Difficult one to take, and a good chase. Oh, great take from Buckland. But he's isolated. It's there now for Palmer. He'll play scrum half as Taylor waiting with a scrum cap. The latch on, but Ebbw's defence is just so aggressive and off the line, and conditions are so difficult to play. Palmer runs towards the outside shoulder, makes half a yard. Buckland desperately trying to get it to O'Brien, who straightens up the inside ball. Ebbw Vale were waiting for that one. Bit of a trademark of O'Brien, that. Joe Peard off his right foot. Look at Ebbw Vale's defence. Much like the first half, just organised round the corner, coming up. Now then, there it is again. Jack Lloyd just gets an outside break, and it's so difficult for Newport to get any width on the game. They're going backwards. Palmer. Great tackle from Sean Parry. He's been excellent, the Canadian international. Buckland, slow ball. Peard waits. And on come the Ebbw Vale defence. Can they get it to the edge? Carwyn Perry has been lively. Good tackle from Lloyd Evans. And they're over it again.
He's fine to take a ball back. He's told enough.
Well, I'm confused. If I'm confused listening to the referee, then imagine the players out there.
It was confused. I didn't know what was going on.
Pulled over, guys. Exactly the same, both sides.
I think Ebbw Vale turned over the ball, did they? And then I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened then.
I think Joe Franchi's shaking his head. He's been on the wrong side of the referee.
Yeah, that's tough, isn't it? When you skip your captain as well, and you can't get the referee on side.
And you've been in the bin.
And you've been in the bin. You better not say anything because you're worried about going in the bin again.
Well, he's first arrived, Franchi, and he's got to his feet. He's won the ball. The ref said you're okay. Then in goes. Well, to be fair, the Newport player has been pulled over the ruck.
Yeah.
But here come Newport now. This is a real chance for them to get the first goal in this second half. They've built now from that penalty, and they've got the extra penalty. Now, it's not a very kickable position, but difficult underfoot. And I would imagine they go for the corner here, Sean.
Yeah, I think O'Brien. Decision made. We go to the corner. Can they be clinical? They've been in this position first half. Good little play on the front of the line out there, wasn't it? Done their homework. Made the break.
And challenged. Now then, can they get some sort of formation? I think it's a bit of obstruction again. Yeah, in front. And that's the second time. It happened early in the first half. It's happened early in the second half.
Yeah, they tried to shift, didn't they? When the ball came down, the +1 tried to shift across, but then they're offside in blocking. Wasn't a smooth transition.
So you've lifted ball.
The shift can be so effective, but if one player slightly gets it wrong, referees are so hard on it.
Yeah, we see it here now. See how he shifts across and then it's obstruction and blocking.
It's a clear penalty, isn't it? I mean, Ty Morris must be thinking, well, they surely don't work on that to do that. They must be.
Well, how many times have they been in that position now, Sean, and had a penalty given against them? 5 metres out. He worked so hard to get there.
Well, that was a strange line-up. And it's getting a bit messy out there now. Just look how difficult it is underfoot. And the wind blowing for the throwers as well. There's Griff Tough. Signed from Glamorgan Wanderers. Millfield School scrum half, having a good game. Roach playing his 46th consecutive start. Can you believe it? April 2023 you have to go back to. And he scored in his last 4 games, so he's looking for a bit of a record. Jack Lloyd, dangerous in open play, and Ebbw Vale know that. Big tackles going in on the centre.
Don't come round, Tate. Right.
Buckland's had to dig again, Peard. Every time he gets it, he's got 2 green shirts on him. Little chip kick.
Green retreat. Green come back.
Easy for Ebbw Vale, just pump it back into the 22. That's going to fall short, a real difficult one. Oh, a poor pass, but Carmen Penny did well. They're just shoveling the ball on. They're under pressure. Ollie Andrew has rescued that. Surely it'll be a try here. Oh, Sean Parry. The commentator's curse.
He's been outstanding all evening as well, hasn't he?
First is yellow. Second green.
But what are Newport doing there?
Self-destruct from the visitors. Panicking, throwing loose passes.
Yeah, here we see O'Brien. Pass one very good, was it? Uncharacteristic of him. Pass again was poor.
Let's go, guys.
2 poor passes on the bounce. 5 metres out.
Oh, he's just taken his eye off it, just to catch him fall, and it was a try.
Yeah.
Well, Canadian international Sean Parry, he's been excellent. Let's give him credit. Signed from Pontypridd, is in his first season here at the Ciner Glass Community Stadium, Ebbw Vale. Ebbw have the scrum because of the first knock-on.
We're not steady, guys. Yeah, I want the ball. The scrum steady before we get a ball. I'll give it a look. There's your mark.
Surely Lewis Young will want to keep this at his feet. Chuan, being a former number 8 yourself.
100%. It's not the conditions to move it. We've seen the couple of passes before that phase.
Just quickly before they do the scrum, having played in the back 5,
waiting on a second, guys. Yeah.
Rather be in the second row or at 8 here?
Oh, that's a tough question, that is. There's a lot of pressure on the 8th man to control the ball at the back of the scrum, yeah.
Fine.
That's a tough one.
Set.
In the boiler house or the pressure and the control.
Ebbw Vale do not want to take this down, clearly. Although there is a bit of kidology, maybe. Difficult underfoot for all players, all 16 forwards here.
Yeah, really tough.
Give you a nod.
Really tough. Just can't get the grip, and I imagine Ebbw Vale will be looking to get that nudge on, wanted to keep it in. They've had the upper hand. They've had a couple of penalties, haven't they, from the scrum?
Yeah, Lewis Young would probably just want a nice, steady, progressive shunt forward, keep it at his feet, doesn't want to accelerate it forward to allow him to just literally fall on the ball. Let's see what happens. Referee's moved it infield a touch. It's not that much better, just look at the studs. There it is. Look at Lewis Young, he can't get any traction. It's just a slip, says the referee. I suppose he's got an out one with the surface as it is.
Yeah, it's so tough, isn't it? You can see all players are trying to dig in there, but their feet are just slipping. Can't keep the feet underneath them.
So what do you say then? Do you say, let's continue, because we know we've got the upper hand, is what Ebbw Vale's saying, or do you want to play it away? Because the referee wants it played away, doesn't he?
Yeah, I won't be surprised if he doesn't call for it to be played away now, because otherwise we could be here for some time. But Ebbw Vale 100% will want to keep it in, won't they?
We could be moving across the field all the way to the other side.
Yeah, well, it could end up in the middle of the stick, so that's a hard place to defend from then.
Well, we've certainly come in, I would say, about another 15, or 10 metres maybe.
Yeah.
Just clean away from this mud. Now then. This is the 4th reset coming up.
Just both gone down, boys, yeah? Reset. We're no better anywhere else.
It's tough where we've been here now, two minutes or so.
On that side, guys, it comes on this side. Yeah?
Let's go, boys, we're ready.
I think they managed to get the ball to the back. Referee will be saying play it away. Slowing the game down now, isn't it?
Well, Lewis Young and Ben Roach, the opposite number. There's Sean Parry, who's had a good game tonight.
Fine.
Started his rugby at Bedwas, so a well-known Canadian town. And the referee went to put his arm up. Well, he did in the end. He played advantage. He's going to blow, but the ball came out. Now then, I fancy Ebbw Vale just need to go for another scrum. Oh, they're going for the post. I'm not so sure, Yeshua. 13 still. All right, it keeps you 2 scores clear. It doesn't take you 3. Thoughts?
I think they just had the upper hand. I agree with you. I've gone for another scrum here and forced a decision on the referee. Really, in an ideal attacking position as well. Even if he says use it, you've got 2 sides of the field here. That's really hard for Newport to defend from.
The referee's chuffed.
Yeah, he's chuffed he hasn't got to ref the scrum anymore.
Evan Lloyd should make this as difficult it is underfoot. And indeed makes it 13 points to 0. Now let's go to Kat Heledd, who has got a famous Ebbw Vale son with her.
Ie, chi byth yn gwybod pwy chi'n mynd I ffindo yn yr eisteddle. Kingsley Jones, of course you were going to come back from Canada and you were going to come and see Ebbw Vale play, weren't you? Have you slept at all?
No, I haven't. No, it's taken me probably the last 36, 48 hours, but keeps me awake and great to see two Gwent sides top of the table battling it out in a muddy Eugene Cross Park. Brings back many memories.
Well, I was going to say, this is where you feel most at home, I guess, isn't it? Some great memories from here.
Yeah, familiar faces, and of course you mentioned Canada, Gareth Rees, the Canadian fly half, and a Newport fly half, so yeah. I've just sent him a couple of snaps of this to remind him of when we used to play in it back in the day. But yeah, it's great to see some familiar faces and old friends.
And you're going to pack in the rugby over the next few days. Principality Stadium on Saturday. What a tough test for Wales. It doesn't get any easier, does it? Ireland, but I guess it feels like a new start maybe.
Yeah, look, it's a fresh-looking team, and having said that, you know, the backs particularly like a bit of Cardiff link there. There's some cohesion. I see Matt has said, you know, the cohesion played a part in that selection. And look, it's just it's another opportunity. You know, Ireland, obviously a fantastic team. So, but you know, they're missing a couple of players. Keelan Doris is really influential for them, a great player, but also their leader. So yeah, just an opportunity to go and have a crack, and it's great for me to be home for the Six Nations and get to the stadium and watch, cheer Wales on.
Well, it's always good to see you. You can sit down in peace now. I'll let you be. Diolch yn fawr iawn, Kingsley.
Thank you.
Great to see Kingsley back. Should be catching up with him a little bit later. Haven't missed too much. Newport still plugging away. There's been a few replacements. 2 props are on. Tyler Olding and Garen Harris.
No hands, green, you cap.
And Matt O'Brien still trying to plug away. Lewis David is also on wear 19, and O'Brien trying all sorts, but nothing's coming off for Newport. Interception of the kick, and then a knock on from Ebbw Vale, but I think it says something, Siobhan, when Matt O'Brien and his usual wizardry, nothing working.
Yeah, it's not sticking tonight, is it? But I've got to credit the Ebbw Vale defence. They're putting pressure on. I know it's tough conditions out there, but they're relishing those tough conditions and getting hungry to defend, and unfortunately for Newport, they're not managing to get anywhere. But he is a wizard, isn't he? He's a man of magic, O'Brien, but struggling to make anything stick this evening.
Certainly not. One thing that will stick is Morgan Davis and Adam Court coming on. There's two stalwarts, they've done a good job. Luke Garrett and Adam Williams, front rowers, job's done, and they look pretty pleased with themselves. Probably pleased that they're going to get in hot showers first.
Yeah.
A night like tonight.
Absolutely. Because the showers won't be very clean after a couple of the boys have been in there.
Newport get the penalty, a lot of front row replacements, and all of a sudden, a chance. There's still only 2 scores in it. Ebbw Vale choosing to take that 3 points. We talked about it, Siwan and I. There's really no difference for me, 10-13 in terms of, you know, converted tries, but points are at a premium. Now, Brian hasn't really put that deep into the 22. What can Newport do here? Oh, we saw a little funny from a similar position. Last line out, they go back, reform. Couple of replacements on, couple of clean black and amber shirts. This time they try the front, and Ebbw Vale pick it off. Well, that's the story of Newport tonight. Lewis Young not going to ship it on, just going to take it over the 22, get some go forward. Long pass back to Lloyd.
Green, retreat. Stop.
Evan Lloyd, who pumps it downfield. Jack Lloyd look lively, but doesn't really get anywhere. Ebbw Vale's defence has been brilliant. O'Brien flat. Oh, a little offload to Ollie Andrew, can't get it. Another knock on, and Ebbw Vale is going all their way tonight, and the fans know it.
Yeah, it's all green this evening, isn't it? Newport get themselves into positions, but can't seem to make anything work. O'Brien with a missed pass. Andrews. It's just tough conditions out there. It's just a mess. Just shoveling it on.
Just look how many green shirts in. As Ollie Andrew, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, it's green shirts smothering Newport everywhere across the field.
It's hard because they're not making dents in the gain line, are they, Newport? So Ebbw Vale haven't really got to work hard to get back.
Set and hold.
Newport struggling to really put any pressure on.
Second penalty in a row. Assistant referee this time saying Morgan Davis infringed here. Man 17 just come on the field. He's got his arm up to the sideline. Didn't agree with that, and most props who have a penalty against them sure don't agree, do they?
No, never do. But it's interesting, isn't it? Front row replacements now, come on. Yeah, going in on the angle there, isn't he? And then his elbow hits the floor first. Clear picture for the AR on this side.
I don't think there's any argument with that one.
No. Captain. But it's interesting, isn't it? Front row replacement. Ebbw Vale being dominant in that area, and now that narrative has flipped.
Yeah, Garen Harris, Ricky gets mentioned at the start, making a bit of difference, and a change in the front row for Ebbw Vale. So Ian Morris is coming back on. He had a yellow card stint, and off goes captain Joe Franchi. Well, there's that new law in force. It's not straight, which is fine if the opposition don't compete in the zone, in the area where the ball is thrown, but both of those happen.
Yeah, not straight. And they compete. I like the new law, actually. I think it's good. I think it puts a little bit more pressure on the defending team to try and get someone in the air.
I've noticed we've seen quite a few funnies at the front because we don't have to throw it straight, because it's not going to be competed.
Yeah.
Quite innovative from coaches. And Ebbw Vale resume normal service. Just running around the outside that time.
Get 17, guys. You come out and run.
There you go. Thank you, Keith David, for confirming that. And Evan Lloyd uses the wind. Jack Lloyd touches infield, nice touch. Now then, he's got very little option, but to kick it back. And either way, that was going to be an Ebbw Vale. Look at the assistant referee's flag when the camera angle pans out now. It's blowing a gale, Siwan.
Yeah, and you can see that the impact on the kick from Ebbw Vale, the gain line they're managing to create compared to then Newport trying to relieve pressure, trying to exit. It's having an impact.
There's the assistant referee's flag now, bottom left. Really is in Ebbw Vale's favour. Just need. Oh, it's been stolen by Joe Peart. Or was it Ben Roach? Can't see. It was Joe Peart. Can't just tell with the muddy shirts.
Yeah.
Joe Peart's done okay. He's worked tirelessly, but Ebbw go back.
Let's go, please.
Have a little huddle because the wind is that strong. They need to come up with a plan B. Adam Court trots to Yaya Morris to communicate the call. They go front. Unsurprisingly, great delivery. Long pass to Franchi. Well read. That was by Barney Nightingale. Replacement centre on. And that's held up now. Bit of a mess midfield. Sort that one out, referee. And it's a pick and go. Ebbw Vale somehow still have it. He'll come back on this narrow side. Picks his head up, Evan Lloyd. Decides in the end to just go forward. And tough.
Green, come backwards.
Well, that's just gone nowhere. And Newport, all of a sudden, can counter-attack. And this is one thing we know they can do. But what a cover tackle coming in. I think that might have been Griff Tuff back there. Indeed it was, the scrum half. Chased down Di Richards, who's got serious gas.
2 and 11.
It's change of pace then. You could see it, couldn't you, on Richards. But Tuff, I actually think he's had a really good game this evening, actually. He's been amongst everything Ebbw Vale have done. His vision as well has been good.
Guys, time is off 1 second.
Good offload.
Come in the picture here now. There, great tackle, isn't it?
Yeah. Richards has his hand out to fend, doesn't he? But Tuff slaps it down. Gets in a good position. When you're making those cover tackles, it's you're dealing with a fend as well.
Coming up to 16 minutes to go. I feel that Newport need to score in the next couple of minutes. Good drills from Ebbw Vale, and this time they do ship it. The first real error, but they had the advantage. I wonder what they were doing. Now, what's the referee saying here?
The chat in the first half time, you did see an improvement. Yeah. For a large spell there was. We've now got a couple of penalties in succession. Now Warden's back in. Okay. We've got a pull down in the line out here, contact in the air, okay?
Not a pull down.
That's what this was for. We need better. We're good.
Let's go to Catherine Hilleth again.
Which is what the chat was.
Ie, Gareth Wyatt, aelod o dîm y fforddi Casnewydd gyda fi. Gareth, be mae rhyw chwarter awr o'r gêm ar ôl. Mae'n timlo fel bod rhaid cael rhywbeth yn gogloi.
Ie, yn sicr, ti'n sgôr nesaf yn bwysig yn y gêm. Os gallwn ni cael sgôr nesaf a dod mewn i'r gêm, mae wasad cyfle dyn ni wedyn i mynd ymlaen ar diwedd y gêm, ond just lot gormod o camgymeriadau ar hyn o bryd o'n ni. Just ddim yn digon clinigol yn unrhyw math o'r chwarae. Ond fel dwedais i, gallwn ni ennill un o'r 50-50s ar y llawr, cico'r bêl trwyddo, just bach o luck i mynd ar y sgorbwrdd, gallwn ni dod nôl mewn i'r gêm yma.
Mae'n timlo falle fel bod angen bach o ddiwyniaeth, bach o sparc rhyw efo Matt O'Brien?
Ie, yn sicr, ond mae'n anodd iawn mas yna gyda Cai, felly Glen Ebbw yn chwarae'r conditions lot well na ni ar hyn o bryd i bod yn deg i nhw, ond fel dwedais i, y sgôr nesaf yn bwysig mawr yn y gêm yna.
Diolch yn fawr iawn ti, Gareth, gwerthfawrogi.
Parallel laughs, Gareth Wyatt, isn't he? And he clearly want to score next, but they're making hard work of it. Ebbw Vale just powering away here now, Franchi. Oh! What a ball inside from Evan Lloyd. Will they finish? Yes, they will! It's lit up the night. What a score! Harry Rees-Weldon. But it was a bit of magic from Evan Lloyd. Lovely play from Ebbw Vale. Well, they talk about doing the job up front, the big scrum, the driving ball. That's sublime. That's a great score, and surely they're out of sight now.
That was outstanding. bit of individual skill, wasn't it, by Lloyd? Really classy stuff. And the finish then by Rhys Weldon. He backed himself, didn't he? On the outside, he had 2 players with him, but look at this. Great out the back ball. The cat flap back inside. Rhys Weldon had a lot to do. Newport defenders coming across, but he had the pace, he had the belief, and that is a great score and a moment of brilliance by Lloyd. Here we see it again. Just a lovely little inside ball out the back. And he has a lot of work to do, but it's a good finish. He's a powerful, explosive runner.
Yeah, that little step to evade Carwyn Penny. Now then, let's have a little look. Franchi to Evan Lloyd, that's fine. It's flat. Yeah, and then he backed himself. Harry Rhys Weldon. Difficult underfoot to make that step at pace, but he did it. And goes under the sticks. What a score. Puts Ebbw Vale out of sight now. And as it stands, the extra bonus point for more than 14 points adrift. So Newport will know that, but they just can't buy a point at the moment. Ebbw Vale in total control, win behind Ollie Andrew. Well, we haven't seen a lot of this little starlet. Pumps it back downfield. On the field now is Hamish Anderson wearing 23. And a big kick with a win. O'Brien has no choice but to throw it infield. And Jack Lloyd, every time he's tried to step, Ebbw Vale have been onto him. And now they have it back. Turning the screw, the Steelmen. And they're all getting involved. It's been ripped now by Luke Crane, who's on at scrum half. Newport trying to play all their cards, and really none of them are working. Luke Crane, Matt O'Brien, very static now. There's the experience. Foster Smith, Shea Foster Smith is on in the centre. And Newport looking a little weary. They've huffed and puffed, Siwan. No house being blown out.
No, they've thrown everything at Ebbw Vale, or tried to throw everything at Ebbw Vale, but mistakes creeping in. Nothing's really coming off. Struggle to get any real momentum in this game, Newport have. Referring back to the defence of Ebbw Vale, and also the contact area skills as well, putting pressure on Newport. Look at the defence again coming up.
Great defence, great cover tackle coming in. And that's one guy who's revelled in it. Ian Evans, 13 for Ebbw Vale. Brilliant defensive work from him. And that doesn't look good out in the midfield. The clash in the air. Not sure whether it was Evan Lloyd. Well, while we got the injury, we're going to go down to Catrin once more.
Oes yn wir, wy'n ôl gyda Glynebwy ar yn cynlu. These interviews are always easier when you're talking to a coach and they're on the winning side with only a few minutes to go. You must be pretty happy with that. You've played the conditions very, very well tonight.
Yeah, it's always nice, obviously, speaking when you're in front, but the effort that the boys have put in these conditions is unbelievable, and I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, and you've just chipped away. You've waited for your opportunity, especially in this second half, and that scoreboard now looking very, very good.
Yeah, looking good. We'd still like to get another try. I think it is for maximum points, but yeah, over the moon with the scoreboard and how we played.
Yeah, maximum points means you go to the top of the league, doesn't it? So that would be good for you. And what's pleased you most though about this performance so far?
Just probably the grit of it, how we've all worked for each other. Everyone's working for the team and not individuals, and that's what the club is about, and I'm glad it's coming through onto the field.
They don't call you the Steel Men for nothing. Brilliant, thank you very much. Diolch yn fawr.
Another penalty to Ebbw Vale as we approach 70 minutes gone, and as Aaron Cownley said, searching for another try, and why not? The game is safe. They have the win behind. They can go for the big kicks like this. Haven't quite made touch there, but Newport have a long way to go. Once again, the kick chase is excellent from Ebbw Vale. They're just harassing Newport in their own 22. captain, Ben Roach, seems like a forlorn figure. Decent carry up to the 22. Look at the mud at the Ciner Glass Community Stadium. Luke Crane tries to marshal Josh Skinner to that touchline so he can put a box kick, but they're backwards. They go again. Newport, Ebbw Vale continue to knock them back. Crane now has to quickly lift it, and he's under pressure, and Ebbw Vale are everywhere.
The kick is kicked into his own player, which is accidental offside. It's a scrum green. And
once again, Ebbw Vale get the rub of the green.
Feels like it's a series of errors for Newport. Nothing has clicked tonight.
Sometimes you make your own luck, don't you? And Ebbw Vale, as Aaron Cowney mentioned, they tirelessly have worked. They bring a plethora of replacements on. Four more I'll update you with in a minute, but I just feel like Newport may have got the game plan wrong tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And conditions are tough out there, and maybe not the conditions that they like. They like running rugby. They've got speedsters. They've got skillful players that can create stuff, but it's sticky out there. It's slippery out there, and maybe you've just got to change your game plan a little bit. Then they struggle to get any game line. They struggle to really kick into good positions on the field, and they've given ball back way too easily. But I know I'm referring to it again. Ebbw Vale's defence has been exceptional, and ultimately has put them in good positions tonight, and are not giving Newport anything.
Once more, scrum is a bit of a mess.
We've gone down on the mark, guys.
The cleaning of studs, the move of the scrum. Looks pretty heavy in that part of the field, isn't it?
Yeah, the groundsman's going to have his work cut out to tidy this pitch up after this evening. They did well to get the game on.
Well, they play Aberafon away in the Super Rygbi Cymru the end of March 22nd, and then Bridgend home here. But they've got to play Newport again on St David's Day. I'm sure Newport will be a little bit more sharper than after this.
Yeah, lots of lessons learnt tonight. Like you said, Sean, sometimes you get the game plan wrong, and you've got to be adaptable. Can't always maybe play one way. Especially in a competitive league like this.
Guys, let's go, please.
7 minutes to go then. It's Ebbw Vale in complete control, 20 points to 0. There's a lot of work in the week and on the night to come away with 0 points, not just in your points league tally, but on the field. And it's definitely one-upmanship for Jason Strange's men to nil their Gwent rivals, but they have another chance here to get another score. It's about bonus points now for Ebbw Vale. A little pop pass, and it hasn't come off for Franchi. Newport have a long way to go, but they're prepared to give it a go. Little show inside, the gas again that they have in the back division. They go right back up into Ebbw Vale territory, but they come away, Ebbw Vale, looking so confident. And Newport get the penalty. Can they get anything out of this?
It's your own player now. Away, both of you.
O'Brien has a little look over to his right-hand side, his left-hand side, judging the wind. 7-pointer would stop Ebbw Vale getting 1 bonus point. And he's made touch. Good kick into the wind. Still a long way out.
Alive, okay?
Well, I'm interested to see who Ricky Guest picks as set in a game, player of the match, and there indeed he's there's a surprise.
Oh, it's got to be a front
Ricky Guest has gone for a prop. He watches a different game to the rest of us, Ricky Guest.
He only looks at the front row.
He's only watched the screens. Well done to Adam Williams, set in a game, the tight tip for Ebbw Vale. Scrums played a big part in that first half. Good. Now then, O'Brien, a little pass out the back, trying to get something going. Ebbw Vale's defence has been superb all night.
No tackle.
They're going right to the end here. Newport trying to get something out of the game. The carry by replacement scrum half Luke Crane.
Out. Good. Stay there, both.
Trying to spark something. The captain, Ben Roach, shunted it to the ground and knocked it on. And that's been the story of Newport tonight.
Yeah, summed up, isn't it? Knocked on. They managed to get to 10-15 metres out. Looked like they were getting a bit of front football. And then give possession back.
Come on, boys, we're going to play.
Just hasn't clicked, hasn't worked.
It's not serious, he's not involved. Time's
Well,
on,
Shuan, 5 minutes to go. Off we go to pitch side. Give us some analysis. It's been a pleasure working with you again. Enjoy the weekend. And there you go. There's the sign. And just to rub salt into the wound. Little ruffle of the hair for Ben Roach. 4 minutes then for either side to get a little bit more out of the game.
Crouch!
But I think Jason Strange would be pretty happy with the scoreline, the result, the outcome, the performance above anything of the Steelmen.
Right. 22, backwards. Always
Decent clearance is good enough. Just eats into the clock, and he's been good tonight. Evan Lloyd, sublime bit of skill to assist Harry Rees-Weldon for the defining try, really. But it's been a performance, a team performance. Griff Tuff has been good. Ian Evans been excellent in defence in particular. The forwards asserting themselves on Newport, who keep battering away, as does Ben Roach. Long way to go, that's the 10-metre line, and Ebbw Vale get the turnover, the hack downfield, but it's an early challenge, says referee Keith David.
Tackled early, guys, you haven't got a ball.
So is this the last chance for Newport? A forlorn Newport. Take their time to the set piece. Just an early tackle off the ball there. Newport do win it and get a drive going into the 22. Still going.
That's a tackle. Stay ticking out.
The pick and go from Joe Peard.
Yeah, you're not on the ball.
Ebbw Vale all over the ball, and illegally that time. Daya Morris, and I think it might be a yellow card as late as it is.
We had a chat earlier about an issue with the yellow card. I'd asked for an improvement, which I've seen. We're now in the position where we're getting too many penalties again. Next one leaves the field.
No problem.
Well, a reprieve. I don't think there'll be time. Brian chatting away to referee and dinks it in. Now they have a 5-metre line-up. This is their chance to get their try. And if they can get that try, obviously they won't be embarrassed by the nil. Ebbw will be desperate to nil Newport, their rivals. They go for a funny in the front. It's well marshalled by Ebbw Vale, but it's still there for Newport. So close, 2 metres out. The pick, the goal, the latch. Have they got over? Yes, they have. Well, they prevented the 0, that's for sure. They've got the score. I think it might have been replacement Garen Harris. There he is. Yeah, replacement type that gets the try. Now can Matt O'Brien slot it over to deprive Ebbw Vale of a bonus point? If you win a game with 14 points or more than 14 points, sorry, you get a bonus point, and this conversion will stop that. Garen Harris reaching over and getting Newport's try. O'Brien misses the conversion, so after all that, Ebbw Vale do finish up 15 points clear, so that'll be a bonus point. understandably, they are taking their time to the restart, running the clock down. 15 seconds on my clock. Ref blew a little early on our clock, so this might be final play. So 15 points or more, and it's a bonus point, and it is 15, so there you go. It's just about keeping Newport out now. Shea Foster-Smith gathers it really well. Newport will throw everything they can at it. This last play, clock's in the red. Well, the shield will stay in Ebbw Vale, so Ty Morris wanted to go away from the Ciner Glass Community Stadium with that, but it's Ebbw Vale that retained the shield, that's for sure. Newport then, last chance. No arms tackle midfield. Long way to go, but they have to tap and go a long pass to Ben Roach, the skipper. It doesn't look like he's going to get a 5th try in consecutive games. That run has ended. Bit tight there, and indeed they'll go out. Ebbw Vale's defence prevails in the end, and they've been superb in all departments, the home team tonight. Started the night in 3rd position, but now we'll move up to the top of the table. Ebbw Vale, a great performance in this Gwent derby. 2 different tries, a maul try first up from Bartlett, and then a beautifully engineered try for Harry Rees-Weldon, beautifully finished. And in the end, it's Ebbw Vale that run out winners convincingly with a score 20 points to 5.
Ie, llongyfarchiadau mawr I Glynebwy. Dewch ni edrych ar y tabl te I gael cadarnhad bod Glynebwy bellach ar y brig. Glynebwy Caerdydd allan am ddyfru I gyd wedi chwarae 2 gêm ar 10 ac aros ar y brig mae'n siŵr gen I mae Glynebwy eisiau neud dros yr wythnosau a'r misoedd nesaf. Cyfle fi'ch atgoffa chi bod na ddigon o rygbi eto I ddod ar S4C dros y dyddiau nesaf. Tîm Danigen Cymru'n herio Iwerddon, Danigen os fori am 5 munud ar hugen wedi 7 ac yna Cymru yn erbyn Iwerddon, y gêm fawr I Matsheret yn Stadiwm Principality. Ymunwch ar dîm y clwb rygbi am hanner awr wedi 1. Reit te, beth am ni fynd I ffindo Ricky ma gyda fe? Beth cwmni?
Aaron Williams, Sarah in the game. Great game, you guys scrummaged your hearts out in fairness. What was it like to play out there?
Yeah, it was great. It's a bit of a greasy turf, but it's a good job we're playing on it because since 11 o'clock this morning we've had the groundsmen and volunteers and the fans coming in folk-ing the pitch to keep the game on. So thank you to them to have us out here scrummaging. So yeah. Fair play. So half-time obviously was starting to come under a bit more pressure as the half went on. What was the message for you guys from the coaches? Yeah, it was just to keep that foot on the throat really, just keep going with what was working. We knew now second half we were going to be kicking away from the wind with the wind behind us, so that was going to be a big bonus. It was nice to have a 10-point lead with the wind with us as well. Great shift. Cheers. Front row union, well done mate. Love it. Ty. So tough game for yourselves. Nothing seemed to stick, Ty, in all honesty. Everything you tried, it ended up on the floor or they interfered with it in one way or another. What were your thoughts as the game was going on?
I've got to give credit to Ebbw Vale. They've done a job on our line-out, set piece and scrum time, and it's very hard to win in these conditions. But if I'm honest, I'm a little bit embarrassed with the performance. Tactically, we had it all wrong. There was opportunities in the line-out to go tail, front, and we just kept going in the middle. We overplayed in the middle third, which invited Ebbw Vale to come on to us. So I'm very, very disappointed with the tactical as well as the set piece. And as you know, conditions like this, you need your set piece.
Yeah, thanks, Ty. Thanks for your time. Nôl I ti, Cat.
Diolch yn fawr iawn I ti, Ricky. Wel, Ricky'n gweud bod hi'n tuff mas na. Chymod be, mae Griff tuff yn ymuno gyda ni nawr mewn o'r Glynebwy. Cyn bod ni'n mynd yn pellach, allai weld y ddwy lodi os gwelwch y darllen, ac os yw'r camera, ti yn mynd I orfod cael sawl bath heno I gael gwareg. Dawn nhw lan I ni eto, na ti. Ie, mae eisiau sawl bath i gael gwared ar hynny. Nes ti fwynhau dyn am mas neno?
Do, gêm da, gêm anodd, ond un sicr mwynhau. Nwedig am sy'n sgol i cwp pwynt fel nac ennill y gêm. So gêm da.
Ie, ti'n edrych yn hapus, chi ar frig y tabl, mae'r darian her yn aros yn eich meddiant chi. Felly, mae'n siŵr bod Jason Strange fel y fforddwr, neu ni siarad gyda fe'n y man, mae'n ddigon bodlon i fyd.
Ydy, mae'n hapus iawn, fi'n siŵr ni gael can bach yn y sefyll newid nawr fyd ac dallu bach. Ond bydd yn hapus iawn gyda'r perfformiad yna.
Beth am dy rôl di fel mewnwr mewn gêm fel yna? Achos yn amlwg, falle oedd hi'n gêm i'r blaenwyr, oedd yr amodau'n anodd iawn. Beth yw dy rôl di? Ydy e'n newid o gwbl?
Just gysylltu'r y blaenwyr a'r cefnwyr, just lot o siarad, neud siŵr mae'r blaenwyr gwybod beth nhw'n neud, a wedyn just reoli blaen i chwarae ar y ca i allu neud yn hawdd i'r tîm. Just lot o siarad a reoli blaen i chwarae, really.
Wyt ti'n joio bod yn bosi yn gorfodi pawb o gwmpas y lle?
Weithiau. Maen nhw'n boes sy'n gwrando yn dda, maen nhw'n cymryd yn dda, so mae'n neud job fi'n haws, mae'n sicr.
To be, ni'n mynd i ddod at y brif fforddwr di mewn, Jason Strange. To be, mae'n dod o gwmpas y lle na, adael i ti fynd ar meic lawr, a cerdi gael cawod, a golcha'r dwylo da. Hyfryd cwrdd y ti, Griff, diolch o galon i ti. A mae Jason Strange yn dod i ymuno gyda ni yn y studio. One in, one out, Jason. Congratulations, nice to see you first of all, it's been a while. Enjoy that one?
Yeah, I thought in the conditions, boys did a real professional job. I thought they attacked the game, which we asked them to do. We knew it was going to be tough, but we wanted them to be positive and look for space. And also in defence, I thought their commitment and togetherness was very good.
Yeah, when I was talking up with Aaron, one member of your team, he was saying earlier that he liked the grit that you showed as a team to get that win and to go top of the table, to keep that shield as well, the Challenge Shield. So all in all, job done tonight.
Yeah, it was an important game for us. You know, Newport are a very good team. They got some real good players. And we knew that we had to play well, and overall performance was good, and the result was pleasing as well.
I know you know quite a bit about the under-20s, having coached them in the past, Wales under-20s, and one of your under-20s, Harry Rhys-Weldon, had a fantastic try in that second half. Right, I think we can have a look at it. How happy are you with this little spark? Just what we needed in this second half.
Yeah, I thought it was a tremendous piece of skill from Evan. You know, that's what Evan's about.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
He's got a lot of flair as a player, and I thought Harry was one of our better players alongside Griff and Sean Parry. Not just his try tonight, but his basics were very good. His kick chase, all the things you want from a winger. I thought he was outstanding.
You mentioned, Jason, your defence was exceptional tonight. How much work do you put into that, and how much hunger do the boys have to defend?
Yeah, we probably put more into our defence than attack, and it was just about staying connected, and we wanted to go after the ball on the floor, but I thought at times we overdid that, particularly in the first half when we didn't need to. But yeah, the main thing is with any defence is you want boys who want to work hard for each other, which they did to the man.
Jess, I was stood next to you up there, and there was a couple of expletives coming out at times. How much more balls did you feel you should have kicked based on the dominance you had at set piece?
Yeah, whenever we got into their 22, we looked like scoring points. I just thought at times we perhaps overplayed a little bit. You know, you look at our line out on our scrum, dominating throughout, and it was just a matter of controlling field position, and you know, that's good learning for us as a group.
Let's look at when you got into that 22 then in the first half. Dylan Bartlett's try, this put you on the front foot, didn't it? And gave you that nice cushion at half-time.
Yeah, and I think psychologically, you know, Newport had a couple of opportunities where they went to the corner in the first 20 minutes, turned down points. And, you know, we decided there to go hard at the corner, and the front five and the backs have converted. And in these conditions, you know, that's really important.
Looking forward then, over the next few weeks, you've got Aberafan, Bridgend, Carmarthen, Quins. How confident are you that you can stay at the top of the table where you are right now?
Oh, it's every game in this league, as Ricky will tell you, is tough, particularly in these conditions in the middle of the winter. So we've just got to keep getting better, because there's so many good teams, and you know, everyone's well prepared. So yeah, it's just about us staying present, and looking forward to playing Newport again here next week. Will be a different challenge, I'm sure. But yeah, we're in a good place, but we need to get better.
Jason, thank you very much for joining us. It's been lovely to see you. Congratulations. You can go and see the boys in the changing room. Leave the mic there. Oh, there we are. Brilliant. Diolch yn fawr, Jason. Hyfryd gweld Jason Strange fyna. Ddim yn glasur o gêm o gwbl, Ricky, ond y blaenwyr y mwynhau yn y mas na, a Glynebwy yn y pen draw yn neud be oedd angen I neud, yn dod o?
O'n hollol, oedd y gêm yn darbu nag oedd e, oedd popeth ar y llinell i'r ddoi tîm. Y doi pac yn mynd amdani, a fi'n credu, Glynebwy yn diwedd, oedd y boes mowr wedi wneud I swydd yn dda. Wedi wneud digon I ennill y gêm, heb y cefnwyr rili. Ni'n gweld Evan Lloyd yn wneud y pethau pert tu ôl, ond cyn ni, welon ni sgrym yn domineiddio, llinell yn domineiddio, a wedyn roi y cyfle a'r safle i'r cefnwyr wneud beth oedd rhaid wneud.
Siwan yn cytuno?
Ie, cytuno yn llwyr, mae sgrym a lain mor bwysig yn y mod anodd heno, ond wedyn, fel i wedi sôn am ddiffyn, ond i'n meddwl am ddiffyn Glynebwy wedi wneud yn arbennig o dda heddi, ac enillodd nhw gêm.
Ac gyda llaw Ricky ni yn sylwi, unwaith eto, ser yn y gêm o'r heng flan. Mae na thema fan hyn, Ricky.
Y front row union, mae'n edrych ar ôl I gilydd.
O'n i'n meddwl, fi wedi clywed hwnna o'r blaen. Oce, dyna ni. Diolch I chi'ch doi am eich cwmni heno. Diolch I chi gytra hefyd, cyfle fi eich atgoffa chi. Digon o rygbi eto I ddod fan hyn ar S4C dros y dyddiau nesaf. Tîm dan ni gen wrth I fori. 5 munud ar hugen wedi 7 yn fyw o Gasnewydd. Iwerddon yn ymweld ac yna. I ni mynd lawr yr M4 I Stadiwm Principality Cymru yn erbyn Iwerddon, cyfnod newydd, Matt Sherat yn dechrau. Ond oedd wrthon ni'n tri fan hyn yng Glynebwy. Diolch yn fawr iawn I chi am eich cwmni. Nos da.
Mae pentwr o gyrff, cais I Glynebwy. Wilkins cwrs o cic I hun. Am gais! Y gic yn hyfryd ag at yr asgell. A Matt Powell yn croesi Pontypool. Ond yw'n tirio, ond I mafe. Lawen yr awyr. Frankie Jones a Benafan yn croesi'n y gornel. Morgan Lloyd yn dadlwytho I Iwan Duggan. Duggan gyda'r cyflymder. Hwn yn edrych yn sylweddol iawn bod nhw'n mynd I fynd dros y llinell cais. Yr ongl yna yn anhygoel, yn berffaith.